All right. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the boxing debate arena. Your host for today will be myself, King Bucho. And we already have somebody on the Hangouts.
I wasn't bad
I
though.
told you what's going to happen to the price. I told you he's going to be sleeping. I told you the ambulance is going to come. The oxygen mask is going to come out. I told you he's going to miss the main event. I told you all them things were going to happen. Cause
Stu, what's up?
What's happening, Bucho?
Not much. We're doing the call-in show for the big question. Why is Deontay Wilder going to reject the DAZN offer? So we're gonna be just talking about, at least it's a little bit of a like banter and talking about gossip, basically, which we try to avoid on this show. But I said, why not? Some people want to talk about it. Let's just fucking get it over with.
Yeah, why not?
Before we continue, some people were complaining that the last show was a little bit chaotic. I mean, people have to understand we had 10 people in the Hangouts. We had multiple callers at the same time. So it just became chaotic, man. Especially when controversial topics arise.
Yeah.
So this time,
it doesn't matter how much knowledge the panel have. If we can't hear each other speaking, then the knowledge is pointless. And the first couple of hours ran quite smoothly, but then after that, it's become pure chaos. And you just couldn't get a grip of the conversations, and it was just going everywhere. And yeah, I agree.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's not possible to. And then people complain that they can't talk and all that shit. Like, well, there's so much we can do. Only so much we can do, man. I mean, for some reason we can't hear the host. VDA was hosting last time, and his microphone gets drowned by all the fucking noise.
See, I'm happy. I'm happy to not even speak. I'm not happy to speak and listen to good topics. I don't care if I don't speak. But if I'm not speaking, I'm sitting in the background and just chaos is happening. Then I lose both ways, don't I? Because I'm not I'm not getting to talk. I'm not hearing any decent topics. So I think that's just one thing. I think the calling system. I think it's got potential. It's got potential. Obviously, it tracks a lot from the other side that have got totally different opinions to us over here. But it has got potential. But obviously, they come on with controversial comments and the panel go insane and then madness occurs. So yeah, we need to just get on top of that, and I reckon it could work.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like we weren't expecting this, right? Having weirdo calls and all that. I mean, it was expected. So I mean, I don't know. It's trial and error. At some point, when I get it right,
like I said, it's early days. They say when you open a business, doesn't bring any money in for a year, so you basically don't make any money for a year, sort of thing. You're losing, and then the business builds. So hopefully this will get better. Do you know what I mean? But it's early days. And there is some good callers. There was a couple of good callers that called in, and then you've got guys that call in to moan and whinge and cry about Golovkin. You got them ones as well.
Yeah. Also, another thing I want to address is like, and I think you've mentioned this, or somebody else did. I don't know. Point is, we have to stay on topic. We have to stay on topic. Like, we have a topic today, which is Wilder against Joshua, the whole DAZN deal offer that was made to Wilder. We have to stay on fucking topic. We can't have a caller start talking about fucking Golovkin out of nowhere. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make fucking sense.
Well, it just gets to the stage where you're just repeating yourself, and when we're talking about Errol Spence and Mikey, and we're basically defending Golovkin most of the night because of the calls, then something's not right, is it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I noticed yesterday. Yesterday, I'm listening to the show again, and I'm like, we spent like an hour talking about whether Golovkin is ahead of Spence in the pound for pound rankings. I mean, that just doesn't make fucking sense because we were supposed to focus on the fight of Mikey and Spence, and then focus on Spence in the future and who he should fight in the welterweight division, not Golovkin. I mean, I don't know. It always goes back to Golovkin.
I mean, I think Precise made a point. I think Precise made a point when he said it was pointless, having this discussion you know, about Spence and Golovkin in the pound for pound list. But the thing is, you know, it's okay to have your own opinion, like he said. But if you're going to just talk nonsense, when anyone with a brain cell would know it's nonsense, apart from the guy that's calling, it's like he's calling in just to cause chaos. And that's, you know, that's my problem with them sort of calls. It's all right having your own opinion. If you actually believe Spence is better than Golovkin, then so be it. I don't agree with you, but so be it. But I think a lot of these guys are calling in just to be controversial, because deep down, if they know anything about boxing, they'll know that they can't really put Spence anywhere near the pound for pound list when it comes to Golovkin. So, you know, it's all right to have an opinion, but don't be surprised when people get angry with it.
And we have callers who have never listened to the show and start making assumptions. And also, I notice people in the chat leaving comments like making up stuff. I mean, they don't even listen to the show and they're already saying that. Like for example, this guy, this guy's saying this channel is hilarious, and then he writes ha 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 exclamation marks, ah ha ha again. I mean, this guy looks clearly insane. And then he goes on to say, he's a psychopath. He says, let's get revenge on Black Fighter's channel. Like, what is he talking about? And then I don't know what he was saying. And then he starts debating Gonzalo. And then at some point he goes on to say that, you know, we were all picking Mikey. And then we were saying, like, none of us picked Mikey Garcia on this fucking panel. I mean, is he fucking insane?
No, I mean, if you watch the shows, I mean, we all laughed at this fight. We thought it was a terrible fight for Errol Spence because he was in a no-win situation with it. No matter how good he looked, he was meant to look that good, you know. And the fact that he didn't stop the guy makes it look bad on his account. I thought it was boxing display. I thought he showed us a lot of stuff that I've not seen from Errol Spence before. And in the long run, in the big fights, when he's fighting bigger guys, that's gonna take him a good stead. Do you know what I mean? That's gonna help him. Them boxing skills, because you're not always going to overpower people with size and strength. You know, it takes more than that when you get to the world class level, such as we say. And he's going to need them skills, and he showed me different stuff. So I was quite impressed with Errol Spence. But the fact is, we have to look at the facts. He's brought a guy up two divisions, should we say, and the guy didn't even look. You know, sometimes you get the smaller guy. He gives it a good go. He looks sharp and he's fast and he's first to the punch. But the size and the power, the strength takes over as the rounds go on. But it wasn't even any of that. Errol didn't even have to use his size. He just had to be. He was quicker. He was a lot better boxer. And Mikey was terrible. I mean, Mikey looked like a journeyman in there. He couldn't get the right distance. He was just swinging these slow, lethargic, looping shots, and it was just a horrible display. I think there's other guys. I mean, I tell you what, Lomachenko wouldn't beat Errol Spence, but I tell you what, he'd have given Spence a lot better fight than Mikey Garcia did the other night.
Of course.
He's a lot smaller. He's a lot smaller. But Mikey just didn't do anything. He didn't use, like I said, the smaller guy should be the quicker guy. But no,
hey, Greg in the chat saying we're already off topic. It's true. All right, like let's stay on topic.
No, but that's what the show was about last night. What do you mean off topic? We haven't got a topic yet. I mean,
no, all the topic I think is gonna be should Wilder reject?
We're addressing the last night's show first. Let's finish with that.
All right. So let's conclude. Yeah.
So we're not on a time scheme here where we have to start, you know, get an advert in and then we'll talk about the topic. No, we'll talk what we want and then we'll move on. But no, that's basically what the show was. It was Errol Spence getting a bit of stick, but I actually thought it was a good performance. But these callers called in, and you know, they assumed because one guy probably thought Errol was shit that we all thought that, and that wasn't the case.
Correct. All right. Well, so let's begin. So apparently tomorrow will be the day when Deontay Wilder will reject the DAZN $100 million offer, which includes a 3-fight deal, including the Dominic Brazil fight. And then we don't know what the other 2 fights are. Now, I assume, this is just me, I don't know what the hell is in the contract. I think nobody knows. But that includes a Joshua fight, or at least 2 fights maybe even with Joshua, all right? So, because to me it makes sense. Why would they offer Deontay Wilder $100 million and in those 3 fights, Joshua is not in there? It doesn't make sense. It's not, I don't know why they would offer him $100 million. So, we're going to be talking about this. Now, Stu, I want to know what you think about this. Deontay Wilder rejecting the offer.
I mean, it's just madness. I'm starting to think that Deontay Wilder probably doesn't have much of a say in his career anymore, because I think if any man with any sort of common sense, you know, when you're on a few million a fight, when you probably I think he made I think he made about 8 million for Fury, wasn't it? All in all, I think he made. But he's usually making like 2 million a fight, should we say? And
He made 4.
Yeah, well, I don't know what he was making, but he wasn't making 30 million a fight. I know that. And he was basically offered that, and he's turned it down. And like I said, I think it's got to be to do with Al Heyman. It has to be, because or either Deontay Wilder is just a proud man, and what he said about Eddie Hearn, you know, he's going to look a bit stupid, isn't he, if he jumps on the plantation, shall we say, because he kept saying Eddie Hearn had his own plantation, and he goes and jumps on it. I suppose it makes him look bad, but it's either that or Al Heyman has got him by the bollocks, because I just don't understand any man that has got any sort of business sense would want to turn and this, you know, this is a guy that, especially in boxing, you never know what's around the corner in boxing. You could be on top of the world and then you're at the bottom of the fucking barrel. Look at Billy Joe Saunders. You know, his career's just going down and down and down. You might not have another 3 fights in you. So you just take it fight by fight. And if you're getting 30 million for your first fight, and they're not going to stick you in there with Joshua straight away, they're going to give you a Dominic Brazil or whoever. They'll find someone around that level. So he's going to win that fight.
Yeah.
So that's sort of sorted him financially for life there. And then he's got another fight to step into if he wants it, which he will do. And there's another 30 million. And then if he loses, then so be it. He had a good go. He's retired with 60 million in the bag, or he can just carry on, you know, having a few paydays here and there and call it a day, because he ain't going to last much longer with them hands. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, yeah.
Because like I said, I've got similar hand injuries to him. It's amazing that guy can actually knock people out with his hands and throw punches every day in the gym, because I can barely touch anything with mine. I drop things and all sorts. So, yeah, I don't think he's got too long to mess around with, and he should have accepted that deal. But I've got a feeling it could be a Heyman got him by the bollocks sort of thing.
But what I don't understand what Al Heyman can say to Wilder, so he rejects $100 million. It doesn't, like, he can't promise him the same amount of money, correct? So what the hell is he offering him? What is he telling him? What's, like, you're gonna make more than that? Is that what he's telling him?
I mean, how do you convince a guy to turn down 30 million to fight Brazil for 2.5, 3 million? I just don't know how you convince a guy to do that.
Bay Area, California says it's a secret cult or an oath. I don't know. Maybe he's fucking brainwashed, man.
I mean, what Recognize said the other day, or I think it was Recognize or Jimmy, one of them, about Heyman actually controlling his fights financially. Basically, the house is bought by Heyman, the cars. You know, obviously the fighters are earning their money, but they're sort of in debt to Heyman before they've even fought, sort of thing. That could be a reason. I just don't know. I'm struggling to connect the dots here, where Deontay Wilder has turned down 30 million for his first fight. I don't get it.
Well, this is what Wilder had to say on this. He said, "So many people try to dictate my career and tell me I should do this, I shouldn't do that, I should do this, blah, blah, blah." He said, 2.5 million is laughable. Now 15 million is laughable. All this stuff I was supposed to have done, I didn't do none of that. Oh, fuck, I can't even read this shit. Sorry. All of this stuff I was supposed to have done, I didn't do none of that, and now look at my career. This is poorly written. But anyways, he's basically saying that, you know, he has been making the right decisions, and now look at my career. So what the fuck does that... Where is his career at? Maybe I'm missing the point here.
It's an absolute shambles. His career's an absolute shambles. Between Deontay Wilder, Heyman, DeBella, and Finkel, they can't make a decision amongst them. They are an absolute shambles. What is Deontay Wilder paying for? When he pays Finkel and DeBella and them guys, what is he getting for his money? Because they can't make any right decisions for him. Because it's obviously he can't. I honestly don't get Deontay Wilder. It's fucking laughable. It's a sad affair. I mean, people give Anthony Joshua a stick for being how he is. But the one thing Joshua's got is a very good business brain, and he knows what he's doing. He's got his road ahead. He knows what road to take. He's making his millions doing it. And he'll know when to get out of the sport as well. He's a smart guy. Deontay Wilder's going to end up like Riddick Bowe, fucking brain damage, but not a pot to piss. I'm telling you that now.
Listen. All right, one last thing. Wilder then went on to say that I love being a free agent. I love being able to move about, doing what I do, and we'll see what the future holds. So he loves being a free agent. He loves not being promoted properly, in my opinion. Because this guy has over 40 professional fights. He's 33 years old, I believe. I mean, if he's not getting the money, I mean, Joshua's getting more money than he is right now. Tyson Fury's getting more money than he is right now. What's happening with Deontay Wilder? Is it a conspiracy against Wilder? I mean, come on. Isn't he surrounded by the most powerful men in boxing?
I think Deontay Wilder's problem is people want him to sign to be the B-side. And that could be another problem as well, because it could be an ego thing. Because let's be real, ESPN are looking to sign Wilder to put him on with Fury and make that fight. Does DAZN want him to fight Joshua? That's what the contract was basically about. I don't think anyone actually wants him to be Wilder, the #1 fucking poster boy for the brand. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Well, what do you mean? I understand the point.
Like ESPN, they've paid a big contract for Fury. They've made him the #1 brand. Yeah, same with DAZN with Joshua. No one's done that. No one's doing that. Wilder. They want to sign Wilder to be the B-side to fight their main guys. Basically, ESPN's fight Wilder, Fury, and DAZN's fight Joshua. He's not his. That's my point.
Yeah, I understand. Like he's going over there to face their champion.
He's the B-side in both fights now.
So I guess he doesn't want to be treated as the. But does it even matter at this point? I mean, because
not to me it don't. But fighters are very egotistic people, man. They are.
If he's so confident, just go over there, beat their champion, and then become a free agent again, and you have all the belts. You know what I mean? Because this is the thing. This is what they were saying about Anthony Joshua. Oh, he's not taking the $50 million deal, which is complete bullshit, right? That deal was crap. But anyways, he didn't take it. Therefore, he doesn't want to fight Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury. Oh, he's going with ESPN. Oh, that means that he doesn't want to fight Deontay Wilder. Now Deontay Wilder is being offered millions of dollars, $100 million. And to potentially fight Anthony Joshua. So just go there, get paid, your biggest paydays ever, defeat Anthony Joshua, because Wilder is very confident that he's going to knock out Anthony Joshua.
He beats Anthony Joshua, his next paycheck is $50 million. It's that simple.
He's going to get...
Deontay Wilder takes that DAZN contract, beats his first opponent, then goes and knocks Anthony Joshua out. He's made himself $60 million. He's got all the belts. The world is oyster, especially in America with the sponsorship, and he's got all that money to. He'll probably get $50 million for his next fight against Joshua in the rematch. Joshua has to pay him more, doesn't he? It's as simple as. So Joshua can't lose, even if he goes and gets knocked the fuck out by Joshua in a round. He still bags $60 million. So even if the DAZN cancel the last fight on this contract, my man's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, I just don't understand it. Is he going to fight the Dominic Brazils for the rest of his career at $2 million a pop and have a record like fucking Chavez Senior, where he's not? Do you know what I mean? Is
Deontay Wilder gonna increase his stock, his value, by fighting all these guys again? The Dominic Brazils, Steve Earns. It's not gonna happen anymore. He hit the ceiling. It's not gonna happen anymore. He has to fight Joshua or Fury. It's over. You cannot fucking fight Brazil again and Glowacki. What's that Polish guy? Glowacki, I always forget. Yeah.
Glowacki, yeah.
You're not gonna find interesting fights against Glowacki, but it's not something that's gonna increase your value. It's over.
I see a video with Wilder today where he gets a bit rattled because one of the fans, I think it might be that Enrique from the Boxing Voice, it looked a bit like him. They were filming, and Enrique's obviously said hello and gone up to him and speaking about the deal with DAZN. Why didn't you take the deal, bro? And Wilder was sort of jumping around the question, but he wouldn't really answer it. But he was saying, "Yeah, I've got big fights to look forward to. I've got a rematch with Ortiz. Everyone wants to see that." And Enrique said, "No one wants to see that, bro. No one wants to see that fight." And Wilder's face, you could see, man, it bothered him. So I don't even think Wilder believes himself what he's saying at the moment.
Yeah. And as in the chat is saying the Polish guy was Spilka, not Glowacki. No, I'm saying he should fight Glowacki. He's probably gonna fight Glowacki if he doesn't fight anybody, any big names after Brazil. So, but what I'm trying to say is that, okay, let's say he beats Brazil, he fights Glowacki. Those fights are not gonna do anything for his career. If he thinks that he's gonna increase his value by fighting these fighters, and then he's gonna go back to the negotiating table with Eddie Hearn, and he's gonna get even a bigger offer, he's delusional. The offer is there, man. He's not gonna get more than that. He's not gonna get more than fucking $100 million for 3 fights. And like Stu said, fuck, out of those $100 million, that includes the Brazil fight. So let's say let's split the 100 in 3. That's 33, around 33 million per fight, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No.
Come on, you're getting...
That's Canelo Alvarez money. I mean, he's won the lottery there because he's not even worth a tenth of that, really, is he? How is he worth 33 million a fight when he doesn't bring much fan base? His pay-per-view numbers were not great, and let's be real, Tyson Fury brought half of them numbers. So the DAZN are like throwing money at him. They're not going to get it back. Maybe in the Joshua fight they could probably recoup a little bit, I should think, in the big fight or a rematch with Fury they could. But
not that kind of money, man.
So if he goes, they could sign that contract with him and he could go and get knocked out by Brazil, and DAZN are just throwing 30 million at the guy. So you got to take your opportunities in boxing, you know.
Exactly. You never know what can happen, man. I mean,
he's won the lottery.
Yeah. Remember Pacquiao getting knocked out by Marquez?
He won the lottery and thrown away the winning ticket. That's what he's done.
Yeah. I mean, that offer, I don't understand, man. And his fans are saying, oh, no, he could make more than that. How the fuck would he make more than that? You know? All right. People are... Okay. Stu, we have to address this shit. We talked about this before. There's a bunch of people that want to jump in. Now, we said that we weren't gonna... We were gonna keep this hangout with just a few people. Because we don't want to... We're going to be taking phone calls and we don't want it to be fucking chaotic again.
Yeah.
So, what do you suggest here? Do we choose people based on the spinning wheel of fortune, the BDA wheel, or...
What are you on about? Who talk to the callers or who come on the show?
No, who comes on the hangouts?
I mean, we have to be fair to the regulars, the originals. You can't start casting them out. I suppose if some of them want to come on, I mean, I've got no problem with any of them coming on. It's just
no, me neither. Me neither.
You can't have it. If you want to show that people want to listen to, you can't have it like it was last night. Because I actually think that the panel was after playing because nothing was getting.
Okay, but still
with anyone because you couldn't hear anything. It was madness.
People were complaining. You complained. Everybody complained.
You just got to show respect and mute your button, sort of thing.
So what do you suggest here? Like, listen, I'm taking here suggestions. Even in the chat, guys, tell us how you want us to proceed here.
Yeah, let's just ask the chat and we'll get because I don't want to be the one making decisions like that. Because I'm not saying my problem with the panel is just there's no fucking order. You know, it's just screaming and shouting over it when someone calls in and gets them riled up, and that's what it shouldn't be. Even if these guys sound like fucking idiots, at least we can tell them they're idiots in a nice mannered way, sort of thing, so we can get a discussion. But when it's just screaming and shouting and nothing's being sort of understood, what's the point?
Yeah, well, I'm just asking for your suggestion here, like I'm asking everybody else as well how they want to proceed.
Why don't you put 5 on for now then, isn't it? Put 5 on, or 5 or 6.
All right.
All
right, so Kiwi Boxing says, do the phone calls first so the panel can't talk over. I guess, but I mean, we could invite a few people, but I don't know how much.
Just like I said, invite a few of them, like 5 or 6.
Well, who? I mean, how am I supposed to choose who's supposed to jump in?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to choose either. Just invite them all, and they'll have to. I'll take over. I'll have to fucking start getting some rules in place.
All right, hold on, Stu. I'm gonna give you the hangout like thing so you can mute people and all. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll try and get some order in here.
Share controls. All right, you have control.
Right.
All right. So, all right, people. maybe we can use the wheel. All right, who wants to join? Cameron sent me a message. Kiwi Boxing. Let's have 5 people for now. 1, so we're 2, 3 more. So we got Kiwi Boxing. Who else wanted to jump in? Revolucion, I think, sent me a message. Some other guy sent me a message who I don't know who the fuck it is. Yeah, Revolucion keeps saying, let me in. Like, all right, hang on. Who else wants to jump in? Oh, Cameron? Yeah, I said that. In the chat, all right, Johnny Boy wants to jump in. Foul Pole Boxing says Cameron is the original. Yeah, I know. You know what? We should let Cameron in as well, right? I mean, this guy. That was my original pick, though. Cameron, Kiwi, Revolucion, Johnny Boy. Who else want to jump in? Who's on Rival Boxing Talk? Anyways. Alright. Alright, we're gonna spin the wheel. Anyways, guys, it doesn't mean that for the whole show you won't be able to jump in. Like, it's just for now. After that, you can jump in. So, alright. First guy who's gonna join us will be... Let's spin the wheel, guys. Put on your bets.
I can't even see the wheel.
It's on the screen. Alright, we got Spence by KO. What the fuck is... Wait, hold on. This isn't working. Alright, let me try again. Let me try again. There we go. Alright, we're gonna spin the wheel again. Kiwi Boxing. So Kiwi will join us. Well, he's a heavyweight expert, though, so, I mean, it may make sense. Anyways, it's just for the phone calls, guys, so don't worry. We're gonna let everybody jump in after, fucking. It's fucking early, so... Right, Stu?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I don't want people to think that, you know.
Well, you started this, Stu. You and other people. You apology. I don't know. Precise.
I suggested that we, when the calls are happening, that we had to have some fucking bit of order amongst the panel. That's my opinion. Do you know what I mean? That's my opinion. I thought that was the case, and I think the caller system could work. You know.
All right. Well, first of all. Alright, we're gonna invite Kiwi Boxing. I'm gonna start opening the lines. Stu, you wanna take over for a while? For like 2 minutes?
Yeah, you'll have to tell me though who's calling in because I can't see any of that. So.
Yeah, but okay, let me just explain. I can't see either. I only see a phone number, and so I always just like mention the 3 numbers of their area code. That's all I can see. All right.
Right. So we have John O'Curry in the chat.
Kiwi Boxing.
Is that Kiwi? Is it? Oh, Kiwi Boxing.
What's happening?
Did you watch fight the other night with Errol and Mikey? I haven't heard your opinion on this fight yet.
Yeah, I did see it. Pretty much what Spence should have stopped him. There's a lot of guys talking, well, he could have stopped him if he wanted to. And my opinion is food. If he's food, then what are you proving by playing with him? So, I don't know.
Well, the topic obviously is Deontay Wilder turning down a 100 million contract from DAZN. I mean, it's mind blowing to me. I mean, what's your take on it? Because I know heavyweight division's your division, so I'm sure you've got an opinion.
Yeah, well, if it doesn't include Joshua, I don't see any reason why he shouldn't take it. He can make a shitload of money without too much risk. But I can understand if it does have Joshua in the deal that he'd want to try and make more money out of that fight in particular. So I'm not 100% clear.
But don't you think even 30 million is a
Joshua in that $100 million deal or not?
Yeah, but don't you think 30 million for Wilder to fight Joshua is a lot of money? So he's getting a good deal anyway. How much more really can Wilder make out of the Joshua fight? Joshua's a big star, but he isn't that big. Where you can make like 60, 70 million out of the guy. I think 30 million is a good price. I think Joshua's only earning that at the moment, and you know what gives Wilder the right to earn the same as Joshua at the moment? So I think 30 million is a great offer, but
It's
I can
not
see
much
where you
that gives
come.
them the right to, but
I can see where you come.
if the fight's in America, it could be $100 million fight, possibly. And then if Wilder was making 40% of that, it'd be 40 million. But realistically, I think the first fight between them is going to be in the Joshua's terms. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
it's interesting. I guess we're going to find out what's Wilder coming out with this decision.
I'm interested to hear some of the callers when they call in, because I know we're going to get a few Deontay Wilder fanboys calling in. I just want to hear them defend their guy, because it's hard to defend, really, isn't it? If my favourite fighter turned down that sort of contract, I mean, how do I defend him?
Well, is Fox going to offer him anything like that amount of money?
Your show is scheduled to start in 21 seconds.
All right, 21 seconds. That's fine.
Where's the rest of the panel?
I just sent one invite because Kiwi won the Wheel of Fortune
in 5
thing.
seconds.
Oh, was it one at a time? Was
3,
it? Okay.
Well,
2, 1.
We have the lines are open, people. Like BDA says, the portal is open. So we're also live on Blog Talk Radio. So if you're listening on Blog Talk Radio, well, this is the beginning of the show for you. We're going to be taking calls and talking about Deontay Wilder and why the fuck is he rejecting $100 million from DAZN. All right. So, guys, the number is posted on your screen. It's 657-383-1147, 657-383-1147. Call in and talk to us. Tell us what you think about Deontay Wilder rejecting this massive, massive offer.
Well, the main guy at DAZN who tried to, he actually, the guy that runs DAZN, the sports side of it, and he actually went to meet Deontay Wilder himself. And this is the guy that got Canelo and Golovkin deals over the line, because it weren't Eddie Hearn. It was this guy. And he actually met with Wilder to try and get the deal over the line. And even he couldn't do it. And apparently he's told Eddie Hearn he's sick of boxing already. Not like putting money in and that. Like he wants to stay in the background. He doesn't want to get involved with negotiations no more. He said they're the hardest guys in the planet to negotiate with, boxers are. He doesn't want no part of that no more, apparently. And I think that Wilder has tipped him over the edge, because he got the Golovkin and Canelo deal over the line, but just couldn't beat Wilder.
Revolution. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna send 3 more invites, guys. So that's it. Anyways, go ahead, gentlemen. Keep on going.
Spin that wheel, then. Spin the wheel.
I think maybe Wilder's going to try and use the offer he's got to try and play different networks off against each other to possibly push his offer up somehow.
What the fuck? Again, Revolution. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna invite a few people. All right, guys, the phone lines are open. Don't be shy. Call in. We won't jump on you or anything. We're very civilized.
Civilized.
Well, except a few of us are.
Well, yeah, there's a couple of us that are, I suppose. No, it's like I said, it does make you a bit fucking riled up when people call in and talk utter nonsense, you know. There's having an opinion and there's having a retarded opinion, isn't there? So, but we have to just accept that there's guys out there that talk utter nonsense, you know. Cameron, can you mute your computer or something? I think you're playing in the background, mate.
That was me. I got it.
Okay.
What's going on, boys?
What up, Revolution? Where's Johnny Boy? Johnny Boy, send me a message on Hangouts. I can't find your name. There's a bunch of names here. It's a lot of names. Oh, I got you. All right, so that's it for now. This is all the invites I'm going to send for now, all right? And we're going to be taking calls if anybody feels like calling. The number is on your screen. Don't be shy. Tell us what you think about Deontay Wilder rejecting $100 million. What's up, Johnny Boy?
It's got
Johnny.
It's got Adrian Broner written over all over. What's that crackling noise? Who's that coming from?
That's me. Hang on 1 second. Sorry.
All right. So what's that about Broner?
It's a bit like the Adrian Broner deal when he turned that deal down with was it Jay-Z's company? He got offered a massive deal, and he turned it down. Can you remember? And now he's fighting. He's getting beat up on the B side for $2 million, and he's fighting as a B side fighter, getting smashed up for $2 million a pop when he was offered ridiculous money by, I think it was Jay-Z, wasn't it?
Are you saying that staying with Al Heyman is the wrong option? Like, because if you look at Danny Jacobs,
it's proven that to be. Yeah, I think everyone that seems to have got away from the guys is doing well in their career. Look at Danny Jacobs; couldn't be better off. You know
exactly. Danny Jacobs.
I don't think Heyman's the man that these guys think he is. They praise him and they think he runs boxing and they think he's the man in boxing. But I don't think he's good for boxing because he doesn't care too much for the sport of boxing. He's a businessman, and he don't care that the fights are not being made. He doesn't care that Deontay Wilder has been offered that life-changing money. If he cared about Wilder, he would have drove him to that fucking meeting and made him sign on the dotted line. He doesn't care. Do you think he's got a substitute for a $30 million deal fight? Do you think Al Heyman can find $30 million to give Deontay Wilder for his next fight? Because I guarantee you, it's never going to happen in a million years. So, I do. I think the minute these fighters get away from the guy, I think they'll see their careers improve, and we've seen that with a few fighters now.
All right, Stu, we have a phone call, so we're gonna take it right away. Oh, sorry, I don't know what I did. Hold on, I think I'm putting him on mute by mistake. Oh, here we go. 510. You're on the air.
What's up, y'all? This is Ross Clot 222.
Oh, Rasclot, finally. He's been in the chat for a long time.
How y'all doing?
What up, dude?
Rasclot.
Well, we're doing pretty good. What's on your mind here? Tell us about what you think about Deontay Wilder rejecting this offer.
It's stupid. He's honestly, I feel like he's really influenced by his followers.
So you, all right, that's fair, but I mean, he's being offered $100 million. Do you think that his fans are so powerful that they managed to change his mind and go like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't take $100 million because my fans are telling me not to do it?
No, but it's saving face with his fans. I think that's what he means, saving face with his fans. Because
it's $100 million. I don't give a fuck. Okay, that's sorry.
I think that's what he means.
Yeah,
it's a duck. It's a clear duck because we're not even sure if AJ is going to beat Big Baby Miller coming up. And even though the fight coming up that he could potentially lose, Wilder is still declining to take $100 million offer. That's proof right there that he doesn't want to fight this guy, even though the guy might lose his next fight.
For all we know,
there's no guarantee. Everyone here, everyone is talking about what AJ and Wilder. This guy still has Big Baby Miller to get past first.
Yeah, but do you think? Okay, I don't see much in Baby Miller, man. Seriously.
What happens if AJ loses to Big Baby Miller? Then what?
What happens if Wilder loses to fucking Dominic Brazil?
Exactly, and he doesn't even want to fight him. He doesn't, and that's mandatory.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to fight Brazil.
Well, if one of them were to lose, then the whole thing gets flipped on its head, bro. Either one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be funny if they both lost. I would love it because I don't care. I don't care.
I think that's the problem. I think
this heavyweight division sucks.
Yeah, both of them got that fear of losing, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why the fight's not been made at the moment. Because let's be real, once they take that loss, then we're in a society now where a loss is a big thing, and it doesn't look good on paper. It's hard to sell fighters when they've got losses to the casuals. So they understand this, so they're trying to keep their zeros, and that's why they're avoiding each other. And either way, then like I said, when they fight each other, one of them's getting knocked out. I don't care. One of them is getting knocked out, and then it's a long road back. So that's probably one of the reasons why this has not been made.
Hey, Bucho, in between callers here, I just want to make a suggestion. about last night's show. Not to just put my 2 cents in, okay? Because I'm just trying to help.
No, it's fine, man. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, you know, and I'm guilty of it too. I'm just trying to help out. But I think it's just, you know, when we got a full boat, when we got 10 people on here, obviously you're going to get interrupted and cut off once in a while, but people just need to be mindful of how much they've been speaking and interrupting others, bro. That's what it really comes down to. And I'm guilty of it too, you know, but, you know, people just got to be mindful of how much they're talking and interrupting somebody else, dog. That's, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
And I'm just trying to help, Bucho.
No, don't worry, man. Hey, we like you guys to give us your suggestions in the chat as well. We love it. That's how we improve the show, you know, by listening to you guys.
That's my 2 cents anyway.
All right,
Cool.
thanks, man.
I want 2 cents. If I could jump in and respond to something that the caller said about
Go ahead.
how AJ got to get by Big Baby Miller, like Big Baby Miller isn't really a gatekeeper in the division. You know, he's kind of more up and coming still. I mean, AJ already beat Povetkin, so I think Povetkin's more of a gatekeeper than Baby Miller is. So who are you to say that? Oh, he can't fight Wilder until he fights so and so. I think AJ's already proven himself more than enough, and I think the fight needs to be made this year at least.
You know, that's not what I'm saying. What I mean is AJ has a fight coming up. He has to worry about beating Big Baby Miller first, which I know he's going to get past. But they thinking about the future. Wilder is already thinking ahead. Wilder is already like, I know AJ is going to win. I need to avoid this guy. I don't care if it's 150 million. I'm not signing that. That's what I see from Wilder.
Okay, but why isn't he signing? Okay, but Rascal, in your opinion, why isn't he signing the contracts?
Why isn't he signing the contract?
Yeah, why isn't he signing? Why is he declining?
I'll give you my honest opinion, and shout out to the Quags too. I'll give you my honest opinion. I think he doesn't want. I think it's Al Heyman. I think Al Heyman is obviously his boss, and Al Heyman is probably trying to figure out ways to get him bigger money some way or another. $100 million. Nobody's going to turn down $100 million. I don't care what nobody says. $100 million, $33 million per fight to fight Kawaki. Come on, dude. He's ducking. It's simple. It's simple.
Are you saying that Al Heyman is desperate for money, and so he's trying to figure out how he can make even more money off of Wilder before he potentially loses?
With Heyman, we don't know what it is. The guy is the worst thing that ever happened to boxing.
Oh.
I don't care what nobody says. He's the worst thing that happened to boxing. And I'm telling you guys right now, this guy's the worst. They're losing a whole bunch of money. Wilder is like, I don't want to fight anybody hard. I want to keep this old. He's lucky to get the gift draw from Fury. So now he's like debating on what should he do. He doesn't know where to go anymore. He's stuck. And then you got the freaking other channels out there. It's like, oh, slave wages and this is that. Don't sign with a white promoter. Don't go to white channel or whatever the fuck that those guys are doing.
Yeah,
so now he's stuck.
If you're one of these,
he can't let those guys down either.
If you look at it from a racial perspective, a race perspective, as some of these channels do, they should be very happy that, you know, two black people are making millions of dollars. I mean, for a heavyweight championship, they should be rejoicing. This is amazing, man. It's the biggest fight in boxing, man.
That sort of money, Deontay Wilder could look after generations ahead of his family with that sort of money. So, you know, why wouldn't you want that for your fighters? I totally agree with the caller. I don't know his name, but I've totally agreed with most of the things he said. Do you know what I mean? Al Heyman has been terrible for these fighters. He's like another Don King. He's used the race card to get in there. Let's be real. That's probably what he's used to get in there with him, and he's more interested in his investments with these fighters, what he's going to make.
Hey, I gotta go. I gotta pick up my kids. I'm going to listen though.
All right, thank you, Rascal. See you in the chat.
He doesn't give two shits about these fighters' careers and how much they can make. He doesn't. All he's worried about is what he can get out of them, and the sooner these fighters see that, the sooner they go on and become bigger stars and make more money and actually get the credit they deserve. Because a lot of American fighters, I mean, it's quite sad when you see that nobody knows who they are. You know, no one's going to see them fight in these arenas, and that shouldn't be the case. That's bad promotion. That's why.
It is bad promotion, man. All right, we have another caller. We're gonna be taking it right now. 714, you're on the air. What's up? 714, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is the Quags, guys.
Oh, what's up?
What up, buddy?
The Quags.
Quagmire.
Finally. What's up? So what do you think about this, the Quags?
Not much.
What up, Quags?
I'm sorry. Hi. Yeah, not much. I'd like to add on to what Rasclap was saying a little bit. I think the Wilder problem is kind of what we were talking about, I think, a couple weeks ago, to how Heyman is structuring the contracts a little bit. It could be an exclusivity problem where he literally has the rights to things outside of stuff besides boxing, and that's why he can't sign that contract, for all we know. But as you said, we don't know what he did sign or what he didn't sign, but that contract could be structured in a way where he can't do shit, is kind of what I'm getting at. Without Heyman, like, because Heyman's a manager. He's not the promoter, so he could be managing his life.
He is the promoter. He is the promoter. He's just got a different name for the. I think it's the Muhammad Ali Act stops him from being a promoter. But he is the promoter. He calls the shot. Do you honestly think Lou DiBella has any say in any of them fights? I mean, if there's ever a T-boy in boxing that goes and makes the tees, it's him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Coffee gopher.
No, I agree with you that he's a promoter, but my point is, like, he's using this as to go further than what a promoter would usually have the rights to, is all I'm getting at. Him being a manager is letting him control things outside of boxing as well in his life, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. I agree with you, he's a promoter.
Yeah,
see, dictator.
To add to what you and Rascal, what's this? The last caller that called, bro.
Yeah, Rascal.
Heyman and Floyd. Now, I'm not talking about what he did in the ring, Floyd. Heyman and Floyd together, because they grew in power together. They're one entity, bro. Okay. They collectively were the worst thing that ever happened to boxing, and I've been saying that for a long time, bro. Them two guys, because now it's acceptable. Them two dudes made it acceptable to duck, bro. They made it okay to duck. Now, there's been guys in the past that have pulled some shit, like with Hagler and Leonard, and a situation here and there. But nobody ducked a host of guys like Floyd did until Floyd came along and waited for a whole shit ton of people to age like Floyd did. And like I say, Heyman and Floyd started together, bro. When one grew in power, the other grew in power. They're an entity together, bro. They're the worst thing that ever happened.
All right, let's not get into this whole PBC sucks thing, because I mean that I think we will agree.
No, I wasn't Bucho.
Oh, all right. No, I'm just saying, because we're gonna stay more on this Wilder thing, because I have a question for you guys. Here's a question. Some of these Wilder fans are saying that this contract, this 3-fight contract, does not include an AJ fight. Now, does that make sense to you guys? Is that possible? Would the DAZN do this?
Nah.
Even more.
Can I say something?
Even more reason to sign, isn't it? If there's 100 million there and you're guaranteed not to get your head taken off, then sign the contract. What are you waiting for? I mean, I can't believe DAZN would give that guy 100 million with Noah Joshua fighting the contract. I don't believe that. I'd like to see that on paper before I go down that road, because I just can't see that being the fact. DAZN have got money, but now that is throwing money away.
Oh, hey, you think maybe they're trying to sign him because they know so many people just want to see him get knocked out, and after the Fury fight, you kind of almost saw it.
It's like any business. Surely you're going to want to make some sort of money back, I've
got something to say about this Wilder thing. So I didn't say anything yet, right? This whole thing confused me, because Wilder, this is a guy who, he's lucky to have that belt around his waist still, and he's just been offered fucking 8-9 figure check from the DAZN to fight absolute scrubs, considering the fact there's no Joshua fight guaranteed in that thing. And you look at the fact that who he could fight on the DAZN, seeing as White potentially could be. He was, outside of the three guys, Fury, Joshua, and Wilder. White's probably the biggest name in that division. He looks like he's got the top rank ESPN. So that fight's not guaranteed either. So Wilder's going to be getting 100 million with guaranteed to fight, not with guaranteed to fight Joshua, could be fighting anybody. And this is a guy who shouldn't even have that belt right now. And for him to turn it down is probably one of the most ludicrous things I've ever seen in boxing, if not the worst. So.
All right.
I got a feeling Joe Joyce might get a shot at Wilder for
fucking hell. You're right.
Hey, Quags, you want to say something?
Maybe Wilder's trying to be the new Adonis Stevenson and keep a stranglehold on that belt. Not sign any contracts and just sit it out as long as he can.
Yeah, that's what somebody said in the chat.
We don't end like that, like Stevenson did. I mean, we don't want that, do we? But
yeah,
we want to see the big fights. We want to see the big fights, man. That's what we want to see.
Is the Quag still in the call?
Yeah, it's the Quags. You want to say anything else?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, man,
but I would say
respect you, Quags.
$100 million for 3 easy fights sounds like a good deal to me. I don't know where's the scrutiny. It's like, oh, that doesn't include an AJ fight. Who gives a shit? That sounds easier then, doesn't it?
It's true.
You know, like if you're gonna get 33 million, which if I recall, that's Floyd's old quote, right? I'd fight. I mean, I'd fight AJ for that myself. But I mean, if you're gonna fight some bum and they're gonna give you that, you jump on that. So there's something else going on that we don't know about.
I'd fight AJ and bang his granny for that. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
What's going on? Quags, what's going on, man? It's been a while. I've seen you in the chat, man. Since I've been on this podcast, man, you've been always on my back, man. There's a lot of clown asses that come in and out of this chat on this podcast, but you're not one of them, man. So I appreciate it, man.
I second that,
dude, you're cool, Cam. I bust your balls a little bit, but I don't mean anything by it. I'm just throwing shade for the hell of it.
Everybody busts my balls, man, but I enjoy it, man. It's part of this podcast. It's the whole banter is part of this podcast. If it wasn't there, this podcast would suck ass. You know what I mean? So.
Exactly. It's all fun and games.
Now you guys are cool, man. You guys are cool, and I appreciate all of you guys. I love this show, but I'm gonna get out of here. I have to get back to work. I'm getting in trouble. But
all right, man. Thanks for calling, man. See you in the chat.
Giggity. All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, Bucho, I got a thing to put. I wasn't on the show. I was on the show last night, but not when this whole thing kicked off. I don't know what the hell went on, but I think the show. What I think should happen is because there's a lot of people. You know, when you I feel like it's good to do what you're doing tonight, where you invite a few people on first. It'll be tough because some people want to come on at the same time and have to wait. But I feel like maybe not this long, but if you let a few people on, maybe like 3 or 4, let them get their opinion and then invite the rest. So everybody gets their say, then just let them debate. Because I've seen it before where a few people have all jumped on at the same time and some people haven't been able to talk. Because there's a few panelists, not going to name names, but there's a few panelists who rant and no other people can get in at all. So I feel like if you invite a few people first and then invite the rest, everybody gets their opinions in, then after that, no one can complain,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, apology, man. Thank you for the contribution. He says, Stu likes grannies. I like his state in.
I knew I was going to get hit for that one. It was just a joke, it's just basically using an analogy. But look, I knew I was going to get stick for that. But if it makes you donate an apology, I can talk about grannies all night.
Yeah, go ahead. He also said,
donating, bro. I'll talk about your great gran if you want.
He also said mangoes are delicious. Are you eating mangoes right now, apology, or what the hell's going on?
You can't beat a good mango.
I'll tell you what. Whoever brought up David Benavidez' mom, yeah, she's nice looking.
Oh yeah. Good find, BDA. I know you're in the chat.
Yeah, she was. She did an interview with one of the outlets, and I was like, shit, man. If she was my mum, I think I might even turn a bit incest. You know what I mean?
Ah, you fucking would.
Oh man, Cameron.
All right, we have another caller, guys. So we're gonna take it right now. 646, you're on the air. Hello? Hello? 646. What did you guys hear? I don't hear shit. Are you there? All right, give me 5 seconds. All right, he dropped off. I don't know what the fuck's going on. All right.
Sounded like he was calling from a UFO with all
Yeah, what the hell was that? I heard like screams or something in the background. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Beeping noise like some fucking UFO.
He's calling from Area 51 or something.
Area 51.
All right. Steven Schneider in the chat. What's up? He says, apology about those mangoes. Bay Area, California says his real mom is from Ecuador. So that's not his real mom. All right. Well, that's what he's saying.
Well, his stepmommy's yummy.
Yeah, whoever she is, yummy is the correct term.
I want to say, Box88 in the chat says Cameron would say some filth like that. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, he's a reformed man. He found Jesus Christ now, right, Cameron? So no,
Yeah,
no more ass-eating talk.
I was in church on yesterday, Sunday morning, church, Christ sake.
I think you would burn if you entered into a church, man. Seriously.
No, I've been forgiven for my sins, man. So I'm all good.
Cameron,
I was just
unless
I
it's
was,
a fucking Greek Orthodox church.
That's where you were.
I was just gonna say, whenever I take Grandma to church, once I get the holy water on my head, smoke starts coming off, and I start screeching like the fucking xenomorph off of Alien.
Listen, apologies just proved I'll bring something to this podcast because he donated again. He says Cameron's into incest. I like his taste. So you would have donated if I didn't say that, man.
Hey guys, we're gonna put the chat.
Stu, you said something, but you got cut off about me going to church or something.
Nah, don't worry about that. I'm not going to repeat it.
Oh, okay, you're right.
But no, it's when you talk about church. I mean, you get a lot of fighters that are religious, that wear the crosses and everything else, and pray to that. I mean, it must be very disheartening when you sit there praying in the dressing room before a fight, and then you get sparked out in the round. I mean, you're going to question your God, aren't you?
I've always thought that, like people like you hear people like Andre Ward's done it a few times, and I mean, he must have been thanking God a lot for that first Kovalev fight.
I'll tell you what, no, after that Kovalev decision, he actually believed he was the son of God after getting you know what I mean? But
Andre Ward ain't got no business in church anyways. He probably starts screeching when he walks in there too.
I think Andre Ward's looking a bit like shit. I watched a video of Andre Ward. I think he looks like shit, man. I think he's aged a bit, man.
Did you hear what he said about Wilder? He said that Wilder's stepping over $100 bill to pick up $1.
That's a good way of putting it.
True.
He did say Spence and Crawford in the fourth quarter. They need to make that fight now. Yeah, I said that. I was like, nah, I don't know, man. That fight's not gonna happen. I don't know what people are talking about Spence Crawford, but I don't want to go off topic, but that fight ain't happening, man.
Well, maybe Wilder isn't good with numbers because I read somewhere that apparently Wilder predicted that his fight with Fury was going to generate 2.5 million pay-per-view buys. 2.5 million pay-per-view buys. So maybe he's not that good with predictions and
Not to change subjects, but did they say how much?
Did he have fucking Mayweather and Conor McGregor on the undercard?
Did they
say 2.5 million?
Did they say how much numbers Spence and Mikey did yet? Did anybody? I don't know.
I think it's too soon to tell, though.
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
I'm hoping they do good numbers because I'm not a hater. I want fighters to make good money. I mean, I think Mikey didn't earn his money much. I mean, I think we could have put a punching bag from the gym and stuck it in the middle of the ring, and it'd have probably done a better job on the night. So I don't think he earned his money, but I hope they do well. I don't want to see fighters fucking struggling to get 50,000 buys and shit like that. It's sad to see when that's happening.
I want boxing to succeed. I want big numbers, man.
I hope they did well. I mean, to be fair, I think they probably did have 150,000. I think they could probably have done that. There's enough Mikey fans and Spence fans out there to 150, 200. When you think only Wilder and Fury only did 253, and that was a real big fight. I don't know, man. Probably 200,000 max for me, but I'd say 150.
I reckon he'll do. I reckon he'll do about 125. That's what I reckon he'll come up. Yeah, 125,000. I think there's enough casual fans, but I think a lot of people also kind of looked at this fight. Like, I think even some casual, especially some people I know, were like, "No, this fight it doesn't appeal to me, man."
Yeah, and it's like I said, $75 as well. Sorry, John, $75 as well. It's a lot in it. Go on, John.
No, I was just gonna say if I was to make a guess, it would probably be somewhere in the 200s that it probably did.
By the way, Sonia Dumas, who's Gonzalo's best friend, she says that Matt, Matt, the Antifa guy, Stu's friend, in his show, he said that it should be around 250,000 pay-per-view buys.
Yeah, that's what I say. 200 something, 200 and change.
I don't even think.
Are y'all understanding the Sonia Dumas, the pun in Sonia Dumas?
No, what does it mean?
Sonia dumbass.
Everybody thinks he's a chick or something.
Come on now.
Sonia Dumas. Yeah, it's true. Sonia Dumas.
Do you know what somebody
said? Is she a transvestite?
I was just Some dude on one of my videos, Bucho, came and said, "I love your chest hair," because I was in like my Dago tee or something. He was like, "I love your chest hair. If you leave it out longer, I'm gonna have to lick it." I said, "Well, then I guess you'd have to be like the rest of my women. They make them floss their teeth with that shit."
Little brown hairs everywhere.
You don't look like Italian guy.
I don't care.
You know the Italian guy in Porky's? You don't look like him, do you, with the fucking hairy chest?
Oh, I'm Stu. I'm fucking Austin Powers, for Christ's sake, bro.
Sonia Duma says in the chat, "I am a woman. I'm a lady." Sure, of course. Anything you say,
ma'am.
Anything you say, honey.
I'm not being a sexist or anything, but fucking, I mean, what type of woman listens to a boxing podcast? I'm sorry. I mean,
Nah.
I know that sounds really in fact, it is sexist, but I can't see it.
No, don't say anything sexist. I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed are those of the guest and do not necessarily reflect the views of BDA Boxing. So there you guys, you have it. All right. All right, guys, the phone lines are open. Call in. The number is 657-383-1147, 657-383-1147. If you're listening on Blog Talk Radio, that's great. But at some point, when I have to end the show on Blog Talk Radio, when I continue on YouTube. So please join us on YouTube as well. And we're also on iTunes. So the number is there on your screen. Please call and let us know what you think about Deontay Wilder rejecting the $100 million offer.
Sonia in the chat, I want to bring back the old school. I don't believe you're a female until you give me your hassle, your age, sex, and location. Otherwise, fuck, man. Yeah, no fucking female in this chat, you know what I mean?
If it's true what she says, I mean, if she is a 62-year-old lady, then we probably do have to show her a little bit of respect. But
yeah, my nan's that age, and she's fucking sat home right now knitting, watching the fucking soaps, not listening to a boxing podcast. I mean, no, we're all different and all that, but call him Sonia if you're legit, man. I want to listen to a female's opinion on boxing, especially this fucking shit topic we're talking about.
Well, should we take Skype calls? I'm not sure if we should take Skype calls because it's gonna. No, okay, maybe we can take Skype calls as well.
Chris Gonzalez, Cam has a chubby now. I'd rather have a chubby than fuck all, man. What are you, man? What are you doing? You listen to this boxing podcast every night, man. Let's get out there, man. Get laid out. You know what I mean? Fucking, I'm out here getting shit. What are you doing? Sitting on this fucking podcast listening. Call into the show, man. Call in.
Hey, if chubby Italians with chest hair give you a hard on, you got a problem, my friend.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty sick, man. That's
man, media in the chat says no 62-year-old lady watching a boxing podcast with only 88 views. Get the fuck out of it. Yeah, man, I can't see a 62-year-old woman watching a boxing podcast. I mean,
no, it doesn't work. But by the way, hold on. Gonzalo Anaya is saying in the chat that
Kelly Maloney's about 62.
Yeah,
hey, Gonzalo,
scumbag like us, man. I mean, you look at the topics we talk about. We're all scumbags here. So for someone like that to listen to us, man, I mean,
speak for yourself, Cameron.
We're all scumbags, man. We've all had scumbag traits in this podcast. We've all said some real scummy things.
Hey, Sonia.
I've never said anything scummy, man.
Hey, Sonia, you know the difference between me and your father?
I'm a scumbag anyway.
Yeah.
What? All right, guys, hold on.
Come on, man.
Well, who else do we have in the chat? Gonzalo's taking shots at Sonia since they had their little feud yesterday. And Gonzalo says that Sonia says she's a lady, but she was talking about Triple G's nutsack yesterday. So
well, that's a good thing. I mean, if it's a guy talking about his nutsack, I'd be worried.
That's gay.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Which is nothing wrong with that, obviously. We are
keep
open.
Talking about the nutsacks. We've got enough lesbians and feminists out there as it is. We don't want any more.
Yeah,
keep on living the nutsack, Sonia.
German Persian says Zonya's low place. And that legit would not surprise me. Man, that guy keeps coming to the podcast, gets kicked out every time.
Yeah. It's funny how Lopez doesn't want to call in.
Zonya's low place, apparently. That's what German Persian's conspiracy is.
It's a low place level pun.
To be fair, low place cries like a 62-year-old with podcast every day anyway.
I think low place could get away with being a female with that fucking haircut he's got.
And the amount of crying he does in his shows every day.
Warrior!
Look, this guy's fucking crying podcast, mate. You're a fucking
warrior.
Only use Stu's quote. If you're a grown-ass man, you're crying on a podcast, man. Yeah. On a fucking boxing podcast. What are you doing with your life? I mean, that dick's never seen a fanny in its lifetime.
I didn't. I mean, I don't mean I didn't even cry at my fucking grandparents' funerals, and never mind fucking some fighter. I don't know. So.
Stu, you don't have any feelings, man. You've established that.
Stuart.
You're emotional. You don't have any emotions, man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
No,
Stuart,
I just didn't cry. I just didn't feel it coming up. My uncle was like that because when my my granddad died, I was with my uncle and I thought that's your dad. He just seemed normal, and I said, "Uncle, you all right?" He goes, "Yeah, why not?" I said, "Well, your dad's just died." He goes, "Oh, well, he wasn't a very nice man anyway, was he?" He just
Jesus Christ! No wonder you don't have any feelings, Stu, man.
He didn't think of, well, he wasn't a very nice man anyway. Just carried on driving, didn't give a fuck. He didn't. I thought your dad's just died, man.
I was just gonna say, Stu. I was.
Where I get it from.
Hey, hold on, guys. Hold on. We have another caller, so we have to prioritize this. So we're gonna take a phone call now.
Get him in here.
307, you're on the air.
Hope it's Sonia.
Fart and poop.
That's
What's
definitely
it saying?
Sonia.
Poop. All right.
Jizz and cum.
Baba boy.
Baba booey, baba booey.
What is going on? Is there a caller or what?
No, I don't know. I think he was. I hung up. When you say poop, what the fuck am I gonna?
Is that what you said?
Call 1-800. Flick my bean.
So Stu said something the other day, didn't he? Like, there's a retard out there. This podcast will find it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That shadow. Yeah.
Well, this show is already went to shit, though. I mean, it's like. Come on, man. We have the worst people in this chat. We have the worst people in the hangouts. It's just.
Joe, when I first came to this podcast, we're talking like the end of 2017 or whatever it was, like over a year ago. It was a lot less scummy. Let's be real. I mean, it's got better over time. Like, it's a lot better now. It's funnier, but yeah, there's a lot of scum. I think this podcast has turned me into a scumbag over the years.
Yeah, it has.
No. You was a scumbag when you first come on camera.
Yeah, the seed was planted long ago.
I was trying to put the blame on someone else, to be fair. I've always been a scumbag.
What's happened to the caller anyway?
I don't know. I think he's back though. He's gonna say something. All right, let's see. What's up, man? 307.
Fuck off.
You're a fan.
Hey, like I said, if there's a retard about
What was that?
Was that the caller who made that sound?
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. That's the sound your mom makes when I give her a stabbing.
I was just about to say it's good. I was just about to say it's good to see Adonis Stevenson's woken up and called into the show.
Ooh.
Oh, that's fucking bad.
You know what he has nightmares about? You ever see that movie Manhunter with the serial killer before? Anybody ever see that?
No.
Hang on a minute. New Day in the chat says. New Day says, Cameron, I remember you on Ingram Jones' channel years ago. You sounded posh. Yeah, I told you, man. This podcast is telling me you're a real scumbag.
You didn't go on Ingram Jones' channel, did you? I remember Ingram.
Yeah, man. He said, do you know what, man? I used to be in the chat. He helped me out a lot over the years.
Is it Bayloric TV or something?
I don't know what it is anymore, man. But he's actually a good guy. Like, he's actually a real solid guy. Like, speak to him on a personal level a few times. He's all right.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's knowledgeable.
You know that dude, Showbiz, the black guy? He talks of boxing once in a while.
Not really.
You don't know him? Oh, that dude's from fucking the same neck parts as I am, bro.
I want that caller to call back in. I want him to fucking call back in.
Why? He's a fucking retard, man.
Yeah, call him back in, man.
Call back in, bro.
I want
to respond to your comment.
Well, I have his phone number. We can just call him, I guess.
Yeah, let's call him.
Let's call him.
Yeah. Do that, man.
Turn it around on him.
Let's go chasing after the trolls.
Nah.
New Day just send a chat. Remember Ingram interviewed Jacob Gospich, who was an imposter. To this day, I love Ingram, but that was the one that literally I was dead for a week after that. That was the talk of Twitter. That was basically some guy called into this, made a fake Twitter account, this journeyman fighter, and Ingram interviewed him. He didn't realise it was some fucking lunatic that would beat him. It was hilarious. He was interviewing live on a hangout, and he ended up saying fucking. He was saying that Eddie Hearn scumbagged him out of money and didn't pay him enough money and shit. And Ingram goes on Twitter and tweets Eddie Hearn saying, "I got Jacob Gospich on the line saying he didn't pay him this money. It was a fucking fake."
He'd interview the man that sold the burgers in the arena. He would. He didn't interview anyone.
It was a fucking fake fucking fan pretending to be a fight and he fell for it.
Is he not answering Bucho?
No, I'm not calling that guy, man.
I thought you was calling him.
By the way, Eddie Hearn says that he's very disappointed in this Wilder move. So I don't know. I don't understand why people believe that Joshua's afraid of Wilder, or like it's just, or that Hearn is protecting Joshua. Just getting
Well, some
ridiculous,
shit going on
man.
in there. Like Al Heyman's got some hold over a lot of his fighters, while they won't sign with other promoters and shit when they're free. Like the same going on with their contracts.
Yeah, look, this is what Eddie Hearn said. He says, "I feel like we've done absolutely all we can."
Yeah,
so it's true.
Bucho, well, and let's just look at the. We can only, like Precise says that once in a while. We can only speculate about some of this shit. But let's look at the facts here. AJ's been fighting top 10 guys for the most part. He's been fighting top 10 guys back to back to back to back, plus Klitschko and all this other shit. Wilder fought a 97-year-old Luis Ortiz who went and talked to the burning bush with Moses back in the day, and then he fucking lost to Fury. Like I say, and then that one bargaining chip that he does have, which is the WBC belt, he shouldn't even have because Fury should have it.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I think Wilder, he's been mismanaged. Let's just put it. Let's say it as it is. He's been mismanaged, and his fans don't want to accept that. Why the fuck has he been getting paid? He's been being paid 2.3 million per fight or something like that. Come on, man. He's an American heavyweight. He's undefeated with over 40 fights, and he's still making like fucking 2 million per fight, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. Fucking lower weight fighters are making more than he is. Oh, and he made 4 million against
maybe
Fury.
Wilder's been managed perfectly.
Well, apparently Al Heyman's supposed to be
maybe
this
the man-
genius.
hold
I
up,
don't
hold
see
up,
the
hold up.
genius in fucking Wilder's career, man.
Because maybe he really ain't shit and he's made it this long and people still think he's got it. He's still got a belt. He's been exposed somewhat by Tyson Fury and a little bit by Luis Ortiz, but I mean, he's made it to fucking 40-0 with
And then some, yeah, exactly.
limited
Well, hold
skill
on.
and ability. With limited skill and ability.
Some people want me to fucking give all this credit to Wilder because he fought Tyson Fury. He was fighting a Tyson Fury who was coming off a fucking 2-year layoff of a fucking coke binge party, man. He had 2 fights.
I mean, when do you think Wilder's probably going to get 2.5 million free to fight Brazil for the title? I mean, Fury got that to fight Pianetta. It's amazing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fury got 3 million pounds he got, which is about 5 million.
Jesus.
And $4.5 million, and he got more to fight Pianetta than Wilder's going to get to fight Brazil and Ortiz and
And that also goes to show the fan bases, the difference in the fan bases, because I was at Wilder Ortiz and that shit was fucking papered out with comp tickets like to the max.
How do you know?
How do I know I was there? God damn it!
Okay, so you saw
came
the
in very late.
Did you buy tickets at the last minute?
I bought tickets early because I'm a mark.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure I was in there.
All right.
Yeah.
But they were handing out tickets at the door. The people sitting around me got in there for free.
Jesus.
Shepard, the son, Bucho says Bucho knows all about coke benches. Well, I was just going to say, when Fury fought Wilder, he was just coming out of detox and rehab and still having the shakes from withdrawals over here. I know about that, Shepard. Don't worry about that.
What was all these conspiracy theories of Bucho being on coke and where the fuck's this come from anyway?
I don't know.
Bucho,
Just joking around, I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
Nah, man. That's... Anyways, BDA in the chat is saying, I don't do coke. It costs too much. There you go. BDA is a sensible person. He's an honest person.
Your life must suck if you have to pay for your drugs, though.
BDA is using the super chat money to buy more cocaine, though. I'm not supposed to tell you that, but he is.
Yeah, the money you donate doesn't go to the call-in show. I mean, people have been donating for like half a year now, and it's been going towards all this shit.
Goes to fresh spoons and syringes.
Remember, guys, no offense, but you've been donating for 6 months now. The call-in show's only been kicking off for the last week.
Nah, we had to buy We had to buy a monitor, man, and we had to buy the new mic stand, and we bought a green screen that we haven't actually been using that much. We bought a bunch of stuff, man. So don't worry, the money's not going to cocaine and hookers. What else do we have in the chat? The Quack says, BDA, we've been donating. You need to upgrade. We have the fucking show now, guys.
Steven Schneider's been donated. Steven Schneider's donated about 100 grand in the past. Where the fuck's all that?
Yes.
Let me check. BDA, the BDA loyal supporters. Captain Hook, apology.
Steven Schneider used to donate like £10 every fucking message he sent. I mean, that guy's loaded.
Yeah, that is loaded. He's at $176 total. But that's been like what, in 6 months? A year?
Revolution. I don't know if you realise, but you're on video, whatever the fuck you're doing right now, man.
Yeah, he's jerking off or something, guy. Come on.
Yeah, it looked like he was jerking off a fucking can of beans or something.
All right. Guys, don't be shy. You wanted the call-in show? Well, the call-in show is fucking operational now. You can call in 657-383-1147. Let's talk some Wilder. I like how Bucho misspelled captain. No, BDA, that's how he writes his name, man. I copy-pasted it. He spells it like captain. Captain. The Quack says in the chat, the super chat equals Bucho drinking fund. No, I have my own money for drinking. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Oh, and we are also spending the money on something secret that we'll be revealing soon. So I don't want to spoil it, but it's gonna be coming out soon.
What kind of wine you like, Bucho? Real quick, what kind of wine you like?
Wine?
Yeah,
I just buy the cheapest wine I can find, man. Fuck.
Yeah, if it's fucking wet, it'll do.
Motherfucking Thunderbird, MD 2020, whatever. All right, I see.
No,
you can buy a whole bunch of mums.
No, I just pay like maybe $12 a bottle, Canadian dollars. I don't know how much it is.
Well done to G Boogie.
Yeah.
Upgrade your Wi-Fi alarm. Money donated as well spent.
G Boogie says, BDA, upgrade your Wi-Fi. Money donated as well spent. Well, what do you mean the Wi-Fi? The connection is fine. I don't see a problem with the connection.
G Boogie's $10 will go towards Bucho's tomorrow night drink session.
Exactly.
Have you noticed since I got that Ethernet cable, my internet's really improved, isn't it? So
yeah, man. At the beginning, it was complete crap, man.
Yeah, because it was a Wi-Fi box that was kept cutting the signal out. But since I've put the cable in, no problems at all. So
yeah, well, Stu, I don't know.
I was really complaining and everything. It was the box all along.
Stu was using Wi-Fi. Oh man.
Yeah, Bucho, I'd be donating, buddy. But you got to remember, not too long ago, I was just in the can.
Oh, don't worry, man. Listen, guys, if you.
Because my walls are solid walls, I live in an old Georgian house, and they don't build houses like that anymore. These fucking walls are solid, and the signal's that's why I've had to get this lead.
Yeah. Excuses.
It's just not going through the walls, man.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Do you live in the middle of nowhere? Like, do you not get a bit sus to you when like someone, because you live in the middle of nowhere? Do you not get a bit sus when some car pulls up near your house or something?
Yeah, I look out the window and that. Like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'll be like that.
So if a car pulls up, I usually let my dog out. One of my dogs.
I really can't do the wine, bro. I'll have when I go, because I don't fucking drink and drive around like I used to when I was a little bit younger. But if I'm out, I'll have like 2 beers and 2 drinks. Then I'll get something for home and go home.
Who are you trying to fucking kid here, man? Come on.
What's that?
Are you nothing? I was just making a joke. Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't hear you.
I think we're supposed. See, this is the problem. I know we talked about Wilder and Joshua, but we have to keep on going because somebody might fucking call. So.
Hey, Sonia says I look out my window a lot because I'm a peeping Tom. Let me tell you something. I'm certainly not looking at my window, looking at 62-year-old women. That's for sure.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
That's low place.
Is that fucking clown that finally joined the chat? I always wonder when he joins in. That fucking Jason Bourne. Cameron gets high sniffing ass. Get your ass, get your ass on this fucking podcast and call in, man. I'd love to have a word with you.
He's a fucking nuisance, that guy, isn't he?
He is, isn't he? He's just a fucking fly in the wall. I'd love to get my fucking fly zap and zap. off the fucking wall. You're one of them, Jason. Honestly, I'd love to snap you off the wall and watch you die on the floor.
The quack said you need to Uber. It's cheap. Yeah, I do. Except I start drinking at 11 in the morning, brother.
Jesus, you're doing the Churchill hour thing, man.
No, I'm just playing. Not always.
No, I used to do it. Don't worry. I'm not judging.
3 martini lunch is called. 3 martini lunch.
The Punisher says, "I'd like Cam, Apology, and Stu to have a night out together." Why the fuck do you think that would go? Fucking hell. How would that end up, Stu? I mean, fucking Apology would end up missing us halfway. He'll go to the gym at 10:30 in the evening. It'd just be me and Stu there, so.
Apology be found wandering the streets at like 4 o'clock in the morning. That's some weirdo.
No, me and Stu would pick up women. They'd probably be sat there going, "Oh, no, Mick's out here."
G Boogie saying, King Bucho, don't be drinking that podcast donation money. What's IT hacker? What the fuck is that?
I suppose we better talk some fucking boxing.
Yeah. Thank you, G Boogie, for your contribution. And no, I'm not. I have my own money to drink. I don't need to spend your money, guys. We're putting it, investing it to improve the fucking show. All right.
G Boogie's Steven Schneider's changed his name to G Boogie. It looks like he's donated again. Yeah,
it's probably Schneider. No, I don't think it's Schneider.
Schneider's been disappeared for a while, and I ain't seen him.
No, he was in the chat. He's in the chat. He was here now and yesterday. So. Anyways, guys, you wanna call in? Call in. Well. Let's talk some Wilder Joshua. Why the fuck is Wilder rejecting this generous offer from the DAZN? And by the way, some people are saying that Showtime is gonna go out of the boxing business like HBO did. What do you guys think about that, though? I think it's true.
Yeah. They got one fight on the schedule, Bucho, and it's Clarissa Shields. So
God.
Yeah.
Gross.
That's going to rescue the network, isn't it?
Yeah.
The pay-per-views are going to be flying in on that one. I mean, oh, come on, man. You know, they're finished already, bro. They're finished already.
I thought Showtime's decline was obvious about a year ago, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, they've even lost Jimmy Lennon Jr., I think, and I think Fox have nicked him. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Espinosa's his days are numbered, let's be real. And I'm glad as well, because I think he's a slimy little rat. Everything that Conor McGregor said about Espinosa is right. Yeah. You just know he's the sort of guy that would fuck you over in every sort of way. And he just got that slimy little look on his face. And Conor was right. And, I'd be glad to see him packing his desk. And no more Espinosa.
I think all these boxing network people have a bit of a weird look. I think Adam Smith looks like a right fucking child fiddler. And you got fucking Steven Espinosa, who looks like a fucking...
I mean, if anyone remembers in America the fucking John Benet Ramsey case, I mean, I think I'd be looking to see if Adam Smith was in America.
He is, and he's got that look about him. You just think that guy's computer must be riddled with fucking filth, man.
yeah, definitely.
All right. You know what? I don't mind women fighting. They can do whatever they want. I just hate when they try to shove those fights down my throat. You know, I'm not gonna watch it. I don't care. I don't put it in a main event. Don't tell me that I have to watch this fight.
Especially Clarissa, she's a fucking scumbag.
She is, man.
She's a racist ass. I'd love to see her get ironed out. I'd love to see her get put in the Donna Stevenson state. I don't mean.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
That's a bit far now.
I don't give a fuck, man. That woman does my fucking in, and she fucking justified Andre Durrell's fucking uncle sucker punching.
Yeah.
Get him, Unc.
I'd love to see her get ironed out in the canvas and get taken out of fucking stretch like David Price, you know what I mean?
Fuck that.
Can I just say something? The views and opinions expressed are those of the guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of BDA Boxing.
That's the second time you said that of the same I've said tonight.
I have to cover my bases, man.
It's chicks like her that make me lose faith in this next generation coming up, bro. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, but this weekend I was thinking actually a lot about women's boxing and like why I don't like watching it and like what is visually like not appealing to me. Because who was it? There was some girl on the Tevin Farmer undercard. Katie Taylor, yeah, and some Brazilian girl who got chopped the fuck up. Her face is all bloody and shit.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like why, like as a dude, why don't I want to watch this? It's like I think like instinctually like I want to like protect women, you know, if I see a woman getting beat
look at the White Knight. Look at the White Knight.
With a bloody face all scarred up. Like I don't want to see that.
No, I don't. I find myself urging the referee to stop the fight when they have a little wobble. You know, when they get hit and they have a little wobble. Step in, ref. That's enough. Well, if that was a man, if that's a guy,
Hey guys, yeah.
if that's a guy, I want to see the stretcher on the camera.
Down to Stevenson, exactly.
Fucking oxygen mask out. I want to see the stretcher. I want to see the line.
Hey guys.
He ain't going to make the main event. No.
Hey guys, you know, we watch women get beat up and we kind of feel like you know, we have to protect the women, so we don't like seeing that. But Apology Man, I think it's the complete opposite. He's probably fucking enjoying it.
I condone women violence only if it's someone like Misha Tate putting me in a fucking rear naked choke. I'd love to have that happen to me. I'd love to see a woman do some violence on me that looks like Misha Tate. Other than that, I don't like women violence.
Yeah, I agree.
I can imagine Apology. He's the sort of guy. He's a bit like Jigsaw. You know, he's got his little dungeons with fucking with traps and all that. He's got loads of females locked up, and they've got to do these fucking. They've got to play these games to survive and all that.
Fucking yeah, ain't new Michael Jackson, is he? Fucking hell.
The first here, let me tell you something real quick, dog. This fucking when I was about 6, 7, something like that. The first time I ever seen a chick getting the shit beaten out of her, there was this, I was walking around or whatever, I was in the neighborhood, and this pimp dude was literally just pounding this fucking chicks into the fucking gravel, bro. Like, it was bad. That was the first time I ever seen a chick get beat up. And I mean, this wasn't a slap, this was a fucking Billy Bats.
A mud hole stomper.
I'd agree with Sonia in the chat because she said she's quite impressed with some of the girls. And to be honest with you, Katie Taylor is a terrific talent. She is. And so I find some of the MMA girls are very talented as well. I mean, there's some real good girls in that. There's just something about me. I think it's the natural man in me that just doesn't like seeing a female in. And the problem with the female sports is that you've got your quality athletes, but there's nothing below that. So these champions are fighting girls that are nowhere near good enough to be in the ring with them, and they're getting hurt. And that's my problem. There's just not a lot of competitive fights.
True, not a lot of depth. Not a lot of depth.
Exactly.
There's
one
good female fighter. There's one good female fighter out there. She's Mexican. She's called Kenya Enriquez. Right? I think she's like a strawweight or something. She's a good fighter, man. Like, I watched one of her fights. I think it was on the undercard of Ortiz Berto.
I mean, look at that girl who Clarissa Shields fought, the British girl. I mean, Clarissa Shields like meant to be Olympic gold medals, world champion, and she's fighting a girl that's 5-2 from the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, and how can that be right? And that's not safe. And that's when girls are going to get hurt.
All right, guys, I have to hold on.
Hang on a minute, Bill.
Oh my God.
Guy to do that. Go on.
Sorry. Gonzalo Anaya, I have to say this because he donated. Gonzalo Anaya, thank you for the donation. He says the American heavyweight division has been dead for 20 years. If Wilder loses that title, then America loses that power position in the world scene. That means a lot of money for everybody to make. All right, so if Wilder loses...
Goddamn. The Quacks in the chat says, Carano versus Misha Tate in a mud wrestling match. Who wins? My dick, for one.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. To me, bro, Carano's the best looking female fighter by far. Fuck the Paige Van Zandt's
Heather Hardy. Oh, come on, man! Jesus Christ!
over Gina Carano, hell no, bro.
Heather Hardy's got.
Let me get a look at these. Hold on.
Heather Hardy has more stretch marks than Dan Raphael. I don't know what the fuck you're on about.
Oh, come on, hold on. All right, hang on. I might be wrong. Oh shit. Okay, Gina Carano. Okay, I ain't seen her before. Okay.
What?
Yeah, okay. I
don't pay attention to this.
All right. Well, she doesn't fight anymore.
You know when people say to you, if you could pick a way to die, most people would say quietly in my sleep. Mine would be getting rear naked choked by Gina Carano to death. That would be my ideal death.
You know how I want to go out? I want to go out having one of those uncontrollable laughs while coming at the same time. That's what I want to do.
I mean, Johnny, man, I have some fucked up thoughts, but fucking hell, man. You know what I mean? God, no.
Hey, well, no, I mean, you can pull the cum part off, but how are you going to get the laugh going? You know what I'm saying?
You don't know who Gina Carano is.
Okay, hold on. Now that I've seen both sides. Gina Carano
That's Gina Carano, man.
Gina Carano
is hotter.
I mean, come on, man.
Heather Hardy got this little trashiness about her that I like. So don't shit on her.
Dirty side.
Trashiness.
Yeah,
she
got
looks
some
good covered in garbage.
She's got some hood rat going. Yeah. Right, yeah.
Jesus. All right.
I like that.
Oh, me too.
The phone lines are open, people. The phone lines
Get
are
him in
open.
here.
You know, some people who want to call in probably think, the way this podcast gone tonight, I don't know if I want to call in or not.
Yeah, exactly, because we're not staying on topic.
Yeah, let's go back to Wilder and Joshua. We never talk about this. We've never done any shows about this.
No, we never, ever.
This is the first ever podcast we spoke about Joshua Wilder, so call in, guys.
Yep. Go ahead.
This is the first internet video ever about Joshua Wilder that I've ever seen.
Nobody in the boxing community talks about this topic, so it's good that we're kind of breaking that.
Yeah, it's fucking scarce, isn't it?
We're breaking barriers here. We're entering new territory. We're working pioneers of the YTBC. We're pioneers, guys. We're talking about Joshua and Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, it's good to talk about something that the casuals kind of need to get taught about.
God damn it. I thought we were going to be getting like LDPC callers or something. I guess they know our position and they don't want to call. Come on, guys. Give us your opinion. Tell us why Wilder is making the right decision here. Because I've been reading a lot of comments.
Like I said earlier, this guy shouldn't even have his belt and he's fucking turning down 100 million or whatever the hell it is, man. Fucking ludicrous.
It's going to be hard to find anyone that can find a good reason for him to turn that down. So,
well, Stu, go read.
Racist, of course, but...
Stu, go to the LDBC and read their comments. There's plenty of fucking excuses. Plenty of excuses.
I'll tell you one person who would be able to justify it. Fucking 100% X.
Yeah, but I think going in the comment section and saying it, hiding behind a, an avatar, it's a bit different than calling in on air and sounding like a retard.
That's why I left Twitter, man. That's why I left Twitter, because people just hide behind avatars and talk shit. Same with YouTube, man.
Guys, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to add hashtag LDBC on the video title.
Oh, please don't.
It's happening.
I say bring it.
Is that
bring
McGregor?
Yeah,
it's done. We added the hashtag LDBC.
Oh, please don't.
The new
McGregor's back.
Apparently, Better Biev and Jim have reached an agreement to end the contract. If that's true, about fucking time. That guy's wasted his prime, man.
By the way, McGregor, you were saying that we weren't sending you the link. I sent you the link. At some point, I was like, fuck it. This guy doesn't want to show up. There's other people as well that I didn't send the link anymore. Like, there's so many people, man. I can't be sending fucking 50 links, man.
Yeah, if you put hashtag LDBC on there, just be prepared for a bunch of fake vice lords and gangster disciples to call up and be like, why are you claiming my set, bruh? So, fucking...
Send Jason Bourne an invite. Send that guy an invite. If not, Jason Bourne accepts an invite or call in, man.
Oh, call in, man. Jason Bourne, call in, man.
Call in, man. He got a lot to say in the chat.
He has inside information on a lot of people. I don't know why. He's like a secret agent.
What's McGregor's? I want to hear McGregor's opinion on Dillian White. You know, the rumors are that he's going to top rank.
Don't care.
Don't you?
I don't care, because like at the end of the day, what's it going to do for me? Am I going to see the competitive fights? Probably not. Am I going to see anything I'm interested in? No. Is Dillian White going to make a buttload of money? Probably. Do I really give a shit about Dillian White? No. I want to see him in competitive fights. At the start of this year, I was expecting Dillian White and Joshua, and I was expecting Wilder versus Fury the second fight, and I've got none of them. And instead, I've probably got Fury versus Oscar Rivas, Wilder against Brazil, Titty Miller against Joshua, and fucking Dillian White against probably Brian Jennings.
Yeah, I mean
Oscar Rivers.
That's why this.
That's the first I heard of this.
That's why this Dillian White topic is quite important. I mean, I know people say, "Oh, fuck Dillian White," but it is important because it's basically, like I said, it's messed a few fights up now. And when he just reeled off them fights, I mean, they're all terrible, aren't they? None of us want to see those fights. But it just shows you where Dillian White's loyalty is, because I think Eddie Hearn done a tremendous job with Dillian White to make him a pay-per-view fighter with as limited skills as he's got. You know, a very tough guy he is, but quite limited. And to make him a pay-per-view fighter where he makes millions of pounds of fight, to fight someone like Chisora, who's got 7-8 losses on his record and still makes millions, that's good promotion. And I think if he does go to ESPN, I think he's I think it's a bit of a snake move, to be honest with you.
Did you have a good St. Patrick's Day weekend, McGregor?
Mate, I'm fucked. I'm still fucked.
What a surprise.
Good for you, buddy. Good for you.
Nah, but this whole let's get down to the truth of like Dillian White. Will we just get into the truth? He fucked himself, and he fucked himself anally. And I'll tell you why. He's bit the hand that fed him. He made $8 million in his last 2 fights.
Oh.
Right, $8 million in his last 2 fights. That's a lot of money for a fringe contender. That's a lot of money. Like hands down, one of the highest earners last year in boxing, in all of boxing, the biggest earners.
Who was it? Parker and Brown, right? Those are the last two?
No, Chisora and Parker.
Oh, yeah,
was his last
right.
2 fights.
That's right.
So he had Parker, and he got pay-per-view of like 4.5 million. Chisora in around the same. Whatever it is, it's roughly in around the 8 million mark. 3.5, 4.5 million per fight. And he comes out with that amount of money, and then he's like, you know what, Eddie? I don't need you anymore. Because I can get pay-per-view fights on my own. I'm going to go over to ESPN, or I'm going to go over to Showtime, right? Because obviously their second best fighters are getting fights. I mean, Oscar Rivas is making 8 million, isn't he? Over there. And obviously Dominic Breazeale's making 8 million in the heavyweight division, isn't he?
Wait,
no.
Are they?
No,
Are
not
they?
whatsoever.
He's being sarky.
Okay, I was about to say.
No, I'm being sarcastic as hell.
Yeah,
because this is the whole point of this thing. Dillian White, right? When he started talking that shit on Wilder, do you think the PBC really give a fuck about him? No. That's it. He's kind of shot himself in the foot there. Eddie Hearn, he's talking that trash. He's gone and shot himself in the foot. Over there with Bob, do you think Bob will take any of that shit from him? Absolutely fucking not. He'll be on the first bus out of there with a lawsuit.
Yeah, he will.
Well, I think there's a Fury fight for him because aren't they both going to sign with ESPN? I think that's the plan.
Yeah, but that fight will take place in America. Are Americans going to buy that shit? No.
I was hoping they do like basically put them on the same card in the UK. They fight 2 bombs and then do the fight like that.
That's an ESPN fight. That is on a normal card. You can't make Dillian White pay-per-view in America. You just can't. It's impossible.
Stu, can't they do a promotion in the UK?
Yeah, of course they can. But why would ESPN and Top Rank want to do a deal with Dillian White for him to be fighting at times that don't suit him? It's not exactly prime time, is it? When it's true.
And even though the Fury Dillian White fight is massive, Fury Dillian White fight is a massive fight in the UK.
Yeah,
it's a huge fight.
I think ESPN would show that as well. That'd be shown in America as well. That fight.
But as Fury said, and here's the problem: Fury is now exclusive in the US, so he'll be in the US point, which means Dillian White and Fury ain't happening in the UK. That's not a big money fight over there.
Yeah,
it's massive over here. That on ITV box office would do big numbers. Big numbers.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, that
would. Yeah, Bucho.
Fury White's a good fight. I like that.
And do you really think Dillian White's going to get as much money against Fury? Ain't going to let Dillian White get fucking 40% against him or 35% against him. Fury would be like, nah, you need me now. You fucked yourself into a hole. I'm the one getting 20 million a fight. I don't need you. If you want this, what's going to happen is you're going to take 20% or you're going to be fighting Brian Jennings and who's who.
No, I was just going to say, Bucho, don't invite that fucking idiot that these people are talking about in the comments.
Who is it? Town Biz?
Yeah, he was one of them making a video about me, and I was like, dude, you're a fucking softie. Like, shut your mouth. Don't even fucking... Yeah, he's an LDBC idiot.
I don't even see him in the chat, so I don't know how the fuck...
It's called the debate arena, so let's invite him in.
Well, he can call if he wants, fuck. Let's see what he has to say.
Fuck him.
Yeah, he's not getting in the hangouts. Well, you can call.
Debate arena.
The phone number is right there, man, in the screen. Is he even in the chat? I don't know what. People are just mentioning his name, but maybe he's not even in the chat.
Yeah,
I think when you look back at Dillian White, I mean, he took a loss against Joshua, and it's been a long road back. He still hasn't had a title shot since, and it's been a long road. I think another defeat for Dillian White to Joshua, I just think it sends him so far back. These big paydays, they'll be gone.
You might as well
the interest will be gone, and I just, I think that's too much for him to. I think he's scared of taking another loss, and I think that's why he didn't want to fight Joshua again.
Stu, think about it. If he loses to Joshua, you might as well retire because he gets no big money, no titles. You might as well retire.
I'm not saying retire because there's always a way back, but it's where does he go? What negotiation power does this guy have? He's got no belts. Yeah, he's just took a devastating loss. Well, he's had two. Let's be real, because he was hanging off the ropes against Joshua. He was out cold. So, let's not pretend that didn't happen. And just nowhere, Fury's not going to want a guy that's just been splattered all over the canvas by Joshua, is he? Why is he going to feed on Joshua's scraps, sort of thing? So there's nowhere to go. Wilder's going to be like, Wilder don't want to fight Dillian Whyte as it is. He says he's not worthy. Can you imagine if he lost another fight? So Dillian Whyte has got nowhere to go at the moment. And I honestly believe, like I said in the show the other day, it won't be long that he gets fed to someone probably like Usyk and he gets beat.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty. I was pretty disappointed they didn't make Usyk pull Vietkin. I was looking forward to that because I was going to be in Chicago.
Yeah,
Johnny,
your phone's
terrible noise.
Yeah, your phone's fucked up, Johnny Boy. All of a sudden. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, why are we talking about Dillian fucking Whyte? It's true though. If he loses, it's over, because this is the thing with fighters like Fury, Joshua, and Wilder who have never lost. They can get away with a loss, right? But a guy who already lost and then loses again when he tries again to win a championship, kind of like he's in trouble, man. If you're a boxer and you're in the heavyweight division, there's no other options. 2 losses like that, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
It's like Joseph Parker.
Who do you guys think Dillian Whyte can beat out of the top 3? Because I didn't see him beat anyone really.
He has a puncher's chance against any man. He has a puncher's chance against any man.
Yeah.
I think Wilder would be the easier fight for him.
Yes.
I think could start that fight. I think Wilder would be. I said Wilder would be Usyk's hardest fight out of the 3, but this one, Dillian Whyte, I believe Dillian Whyte could get to Wilder. I really believe. But I think the other way around it could happen as well, obviously. But I think if I was to pick one fight that Dillian Whyte could win out of the 3, I think it's Wilder, because I don't see him winning the other 2.
Yeah,
hey guys.
I agree. I think if he's beaten any of the 3, it'll be Wilder. Just because he has the sleeper power,
Yeah, and Wilder's not exactly defensively sound for me.
His defense is holding his arms out and jumping backwards.
Exactly. Yeah. And like I said, Wilder's the sort of guy that could fly into one of them left hooks when he's lunging in. Do you know what I mean? That can happen quite easily. Well,
it's true, but at the same point, it's also probably the hardest fight for him, because Dillian has got no head movement, and Wilder will land. He will land a weight.
True.
Hey guys,
it is guesswork with that one.
What do you guys think about Usyk versus Whyte? Because
I was gonna say that.
That's a cherry pick.
He's using the size.
Usyk schools. I think Usyk schools Whyte.
Yeah, I do too.
Cherry pick, man.
I think that would be.
I don't think Usyk could break a sweat. I'd see Usyk winning that fight the way he did against Gassiev. He would just go in there, jab move, keep going.
I think that would be an impressive heavyweight debut.
Yeah, we'll keep turning him. Jab, turn, jab, turn, jab, turn.
Yeah,
but if he did beat Whyte, it'd be massive. It'd be a massive statement on the heavy.
Exactly, because we saw what Whyte did. We saw what Whyte did to Parker. He really bullied him around. He was doing a lot of dirty tactics. So it would almost be like if you're
how good is Joseph Parker though? That's the thing. How good is Joseph Parker? His best wins are both arguable, aren't they? Like against Hughie Fury, whose best wins are arguably Fred Cassie, right? Yeah, and against Andy Ruiz, whose best win is arguably Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, that's true. Parker fight was close as well. I think why Dillian Whyte got away with the fact that Parker just didn't let his hands go. And when he did let his hands go, he nearly got the win in the end, in the 12th round. So Parker's at fault for that. And like I said, how good is Parker? Well, a lot of people had Hughie Fury beating him on points. So
yeah, but the thing is, Parker can get away with it because Parker's young, so he can still
because he struggled with Parker. And then when he fought against Cesaro, the first time a lot of people had Cesaro winning, and in the second fight, a lot of people had Cesaro winning until he flattened him. So how good is Dillian Whyte?
Yeah, I like Revolution said if Usyk beat Whyte, that's a big statement because now Usyk's a big player in the division. So
yeah, and because Usyk, and because Whyte has that style, he's kind of a little bit more of a bully, and everybody's concern being Usyk moving up, is he going to be able to handle the size? I think Whyte is going to try to take advantage of the size and try to put it on him. So if Usyk can counter that, it kind of silences some of that question about, you know, the size.
Yeah, I agree.
Plus, Dillian White, he's 6'4" and he's 250 pounds. He's a big heavyweight. He ain't a small heavyweight.
And he's a bully.
Massive heavyweight.
And he's a bully.
He is, and he's got power. And truth be told, he's got an alright jab. He can actually box, and he's got a good chin, or a solid enough chin. We've seen him do the Bambi legs a couple of times, but he's only been knocked out once, and he's been in there with hard hitters. So, if he beat Dillian White, it is a massive statement. It's a massive statement.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I want to see that.
Guys, the lines are open. Don't be shy. Call in. You have 42 minutes before the portal, as BDA calls it, closes. So go ahead. Don't be shy. Call in. Let's talk about Deontay Wilder and his rejection of the $100 million contract.
The box, you opened it and we came.
Which movie is that?
Pinhead.
Oh, man. Man, you're a movie junkie, aren't you, Johnny?
I just remember lines. I got a great memory, brother.
Oh, I see.
That's how I know. That's how I know my boxing from the 1950s, because I used to watch my fucking grandpa's VHS tapes all the time.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a message from Official Boxing Scorecard, a donation. He says, after refusing $100 million, it's clearer than ever that Wilder was shedding the tears of joy when Povetkin failed the test. He says, Al wouldn't let him give the belt to someone outside the PBC, just like with Adonis. Yeah, somebody mentioned this in the Hangouts. They want to hang to that WBC belt. That's all they have. All they have. That's the only piece of the heavyweight division they have left.
That ugly green strap.
Yeah, I don't get the point of this WBC belt everybody wants. It looks crappy, man.
Because it's prestigious. Like, that's the belt that Ali and the other people had.
Well, whatever. So did
the
WBA.
But even when Ali was fighting, it was still the WBC and WBA.
Yeah.
The only ones that weren't around was IBF and WBO. So
Yeah,
it's
but
not like there was one belt even back then.
I don't know. There is something to that, though. The WBC belt does have this weird prestige. You saw a couple weeks ago, or no, actually this weekend, how Sean Porter was all dressed up. Sean Porter just embarrassed himself looking like a leprechaun over that WBC belt. He said it wasn't St. Patrick's Day for the green belt.
I've no idea why it's the most prestigious belt. It's nowhere near as old as like the WBA, which goes back to the NBA. It's nowhere near as old.
Well,
that goes way back.
Most prestige and famous people had the WBC belt. That's why.
Whatever.
I mean, I'd rather have the belt that Jack Dempsey had, and I'd rather have the belt that like Gene Tunney had and Jack Johnson had, because that's the belt.
I'd rather had no belts or just one belt.
Or Joe Lewis or Marciano or one of them guys. Yeah.
In the chat, New Day says that Chris Eubank Jr. takes his IBO belt to the nightclubs. So
IBO. That is true. That's not a joke. I've seen that.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Well, and back in the day, it was the belt, not a belt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what we need. One belt.
Back in the day, though. I bet he tells the ladies that I'm an IBF champion. It doesn't show the belt.
Oh, but guys.
But he says he's the IBF champion.
We have to. I mean, we know all the belts. They're all the same shit, right? But we have to agree that the WBA is the worst, man. The WBA, the sanctioning fucking body with their WBA super champion, WBA regular champion, WBA interim champion. I mean, it's just a fucking joke.
Yeah.
WBA intercontinental and international champion.
Yeah, what is that?
Like, what's the difference?
I have no
Southern
fucking...
Eurasia champion.
They all
West
have
Mediterranean
these, the WBC has it. The WBO has all these champions. Yeah. The WBC has a gold, a silver, an international.
Yeah, but you don't defend those belts.
No, they've also got an interim champion. They've got, what else have they got? They've got the Diamond champion. Yeah, South American. They've got Eurasia as well. They've got Oceanic champion. They've got like the Middle Eastern champion as well. Like over there, like they've got way more. I actually seen that. Like the WBA has 19 different straps all told. WBC has 21. The IBF has 16, and the WBO has 18.
Oh god.
They're gonna they may the fucking they'll probably have a fucking WBA Westside Chicago champion here.
They're gonna have the WBA TV champion, like
Don't
wrestling.
forget the WBC have the NABF titles as well. Those fucking bullshit NABF ones.
Well, that's the North American, yeah.
Youth also, the WBC have the youth championships and the youth silver championship.
Yeah, the youth. I just said it. I just said it. The youth.
What's the difference?
It's about the time we got a WBC Youth International title as well.
Did they have a WBC Children's Championship?
Seniors.
I'm waiting for the
60
WBC.
and up.
I'm waiting for the WB. I'm waiting for the WBA regulars interim title to come.
That would be hilarious.
I'm gonna be honest. I will piss myself with laughing.
Luis Ortiz, the fucking WBA senior heavyweight champion.
You know what? That's
He deserves it. He deserves it. The man's like 60 and he pretty much stopped Wilder on his feet.
That's the only WBA title that Greza Quendo should be fighting for as well. Fuck
That
hell.
motherfucker.
Oh,
that motherfucker walked with Moses to the people of the and took the people of the.
Yeah. Bay Area, California says the WBC hardcore champion. Yeah, they should have a hardcore belt.
Yeah, just like WWE.
24/7. The 24/7.
The WBC Universal Heavyweight Champion of Europe. Watch.
Do they think they'll do other planets as well?
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what I was going with that.
Imagine,
I'm waiting for
the
Wilder
Universal
to stroll
champion.
up with I'm waiting to see Wilder stroll up with the WBC Intergalactic title.
Imagine in the future, like 1,000 years, 2 billion years from now, where we go to different planets. Now the WBC Mars Jupiter Championships.
Nah, man, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. We're not going to go away. We're going to get wrecked.
Do you remember the days when like the WBC Diamond title was a really prestigious title? We had like Martinez and Mayweather and all. They used to be a real prestigious title.
Yeah,
when, like,
but
top two guys
that
fight.
belt
Now
you don't
you've got fucking
defend.
Josh Taylor and Ryan Burnett fighting for it, and the World Boxing Super Series fighting absolute scrubs. The belts have become meaningless, more and more meaningless over the years.
Is Taylor the Diamond Champion? I thought Prograis was.
Isn't Prograis the interim champion?
Yeah, Taylor's the W, or is it fucking someone's a WBA Diamond title? But what I'm saying is they put him up on.
I know Callum Smith was. Isn't Callum Smith the WBC Diamond Champion?
Yeah, that's the one.
Sam, I don't even know.
Hey, by the way,
that's the point. We don't even know. That's the point. Like,
this is Jake Green says that Stu's gonna love this belt. The WBA Rainbow Feminist Alliance champion.
Oh God. Oh.
Jesus
I'm waiting
Christ.
for the WBC NAMBLA belt, North American NAMBLA Love
I'm waiting
Association.
for the WBC transgender.
You want to
title
talk?
ship.
You want to
reckon I
talk
should bring-
alphabet soup? The WBA LGBTQR
Oh.
title.
I reckon the WBC and WBA should make a title themselves. They'll call it WBC WBA.
Mate, let's get politically correct.
Yeah.
Let's get politically correct. It's the LGBTQAPISXD title. Okay.
Are you joking? Or?
The WBA faggot belt.
Oh, guys, the WBC LDBC belt.
Oh God.
Only certain people can challenge for that title.
The race
It will be 100% X versus 70.
they ought to just come out. They ought to just come out with the WBC Al Heyman race baiting belt for one of these fucking channels.
In all seriousness,
Hey, guys.
wasn't that the plan for Al Heyman to create his own PBC belts?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But when are we gonna get the WBA? The WBA Eddie Hearn, I'm gonna rob the British fans belt.
No, it's already out there.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Just, I think Stu has that one.
The IBF compared to the WBC and WBA are fucking shambles. The IBF and the IBF have never really had an interim champion or anything like that. I think it's only been a few occasions. Like the IBF have been pretty solid with the lack of titles.
They have been.
Oh shit! I think somebody called and dropped.
The mandatories, haven't
Oh,
they?
yeah.
Fuck me.
That's the problem. The mandatories in the IBF are terrible.
Look at Kell Brooks.
You see, the people who should be getting interim belts in the IBF are getting mandatory world title shots, like fucking Kevin Bizier and Jojo Dan.
Oh man, sham. I think Kell Brook might have had the worst mandatories I've ever seen, actually, like in history of boxing.
Well, did Charles Martin fought who's the
Glasgow.
Glasgow for the fucking IBF World Heavyweight title. I mean,
that wasn't Charles Martin's fault because he was actually lower down in the rankings. That was meant to be Pulev against Ortiz originally, and then Ortiz moved over to the WBA, and Pulev said that he wasn't going to fight because he needed more time. So then it was meant to be Glasgow against Pulev, and then Pulev pulled out. So then it was Glasgow against Charles Martin.
What a waste Pulev is.
Martin was still a poor champion.
Yeah, worst heavyweight champion ever.
No, I don't. I'd love to see Charles Martin versus DAZN for the title of worst world.
He just fought this weekend.
Century. Yeah, did he win?
Is Charles Martin
on DQ? He got low blowed too many times.
Really? Fuck's sake. Charles Martin's a joke.
Is Charles Martin worse than Bagwell Char though?
Yes.
Yeah, on resume, yes.
Yes.
I think Charles probably just a bit more solid.
Okay, hold on. Is Charles Martin better than Chris Areola, who also fought this weekend?
No, I don't know. I don't think so, man.
I have a funny feeling. The next pay-per-view the PBC do, it's going to be Areola against Charles Martin on the undercard.
That's a great fight, man.
Yeah, you see it coming too. Areola is saying that he's on a streak right now, that he's going to be fighting until he loses, and once he loses, he's done. So let's play around. This is a new topic. Let's play around.
That's a great fight, though. That's a great fight. Also, have you guys heard that the EBU have made Joe Joyce the mandatory for Aja Caballero?
That what? The EBU is still the European. Oh, well,
the European belt.
Yeah, European.
Joe Joyce is the mandatory for Aja Caballero.
Okay. And
I honestly don't give a shit about.
I don't give a shit. I don't even follow.
I can't get invested into Joe Joyce for some reason.
I know, but isn't it
too early?
Isn't it more interesting to talk about a mandatory fight that could happen than Wilder Joshua, which won't?
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I talk about that, but for some reason, when I watch Joe Joyce fight, I'm like, I just can't get into this guy.
I like Joe Joyce. It's exciting, man. What do you want? What do you want from these guys, man? If he's coming forward, throwing his hands,
I don't even know what it is, man. I don't even know what it is.
I'd like to see him throw his hands and not. I'd like to see him throw his hands and when they show the replay and not bleed into the fourth round from the first round. That's what I'd like.
I haven't even seen a Stavern fight. That's how interested I am in fucking Joyce's career.
You should fight Ortiz next. I want to see that fight.
I'd watch that fight. Yeah, Stavern's.
But you wouldn't be interested in him fighting against Caballero. Caballero put that work on Cesaro. Caballero's good.
No,
I agree with Pudgy. Put Joyce in one of these fucking top guys, man.
He's 33, man. He needs to move on.
Joe Joyce will get fucked up against Ortiz.
No, Ortiz will get destroyed.
I'm picking Joe Joyce.
Exactly, same.
I think he'll
Joe
stop.
Joyce will stop. Yeah, he would.
The guys, can I just say something? Sorry, can I say something?
Forward, which is what he's been doing recently. He's shit. But when he's on the back foot, he's tremendous.
Who's Lewis Ortiz stopping lately?
All right, guys.
No power, no work.
Travis Kaufman. Oh wait.
Hello.
Travis Kaufman's better than Bermain Stavern.
Look,
guys.
Christian Hammer would beat Bermain Stavern.
He took him 10 rounds to stop Dave Allen, for crying out loud. Ortiz is overrated.
All right, guys. I have to say something here. All right, hold on.
Stop Allen.
Jesus Christ.
Dylan Wright's kind of shit.
All right, I'm gonna start muting people here. First of all, we have Recognize the Matrix and Gonzalo, who've been waiting for a long time. So I just want to introduce them to the show so they can join us. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
What up?
Hello.
Welcome to the show. We're discussing the Wilder refusal of that $100 million offer by DAZN. What do you guys think about that?
Isn't fucking Dave Allen, Lucas Brown, headline?
Oh God, shut your mouth, man. We're not talking about that, man.
Is it official though? Before I don't want to give.
It's almost official. He's gonna be rejecting the offer, man.
Bullshit topic, man.
All right. I'm gonna mute Cameron.
I like the way you're dressing now. That you have. I bet you your girlfriend.
Always dressed like that. Always dressed like that.
Girlfriend picked that up. Stop lying.
I've always dressed like that.
Talk to that young man.
I can sort your airline out, recognise. Fuck sake.
You better have a 45 with a fucking silencer under that jacket, Cameron.
I want to talk about recognise his hairline in Joshua Wilder.
I bet Cameron tells the girl.
Is fine. It's
fine.
I
bet Cameron tells the girls he's Sicilian, don't you, Cameron?
Yeah,
I'm just a fucking stud, mate. You know what I mean? Fucking it.
You better have a big ass 9mm with the fucking silencer under.
Oh, what happened, McGregor? Why did you?
Hey
leave
guys,
when I
guys, hold on, guys. I'm sorry, but I have to interrupt because we have to prioritize the fucking phone calls because there's 28 minutes left. So we're gonna take a phone call here.
Sorry.
Hello, you're on the air. Hello, you're on the air.
Okay, the first thing I want to say is, okay, so Wilder did not decline the offer yet. It's not official yet.
Yeah, it's not official, of course, but apparently he will.
Official.
That's what they're saying, right?
No, of course. Everyone is, I mean, obviously there's reports, but as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing that's official.
No, there's
Because
nothing.
as far as I'm concerned, the event is going to be held by Bomb Squad Promotion. And right now, we just don't know what's going to happen. So
Does
the thing is,
Wilder have like a
until
better
tomorrow,
deal?
early morning, then we'll figure out. But right now, everything is kind of based on assumptions. So I don't think, we'll get the official answer until tomorrow, or,
No,
right
yeah,
now
it is tomorrow. You're right, it's tomorrow, but we're just speculating here.
I think 100 million is too much to turn down, So right now, I don't really know what's going on.
You now, though, if that deal had been signed, we'd know about it by now.
No, it's
It would have leaked. You'd have known about it. The only reason it hasn't leaked that he's signed because he hasn't. And I can assure you, when tomorrow comes, Wilder's going to be sitting there, fucking pretending that he's got options, pretending that Showtime have got big plans for more hang or whatever, and it's going to be comical to watch. I mean, I don't feel sorry for a guy that turns down 100 million. So
he's got to be delusional.
So my other question is, do you think there's any possibility that he could still sign with DAZN?
No,
I think so.
This is what I heard on the live stream.
Cons.
And this is from the LDBC live stream. And the reason for that, I was paying attention. I just happened, to be eavesdropping like for 2 minutes, and somebody made a real valid point, because these guys follow. They're fanboys for this fighter, for Wilder. Like, they pull hard for him. Somebody said that they have a suspicion that he's gonna sign with Fox, since Fox is a really rich company that has the NFL contracts for $2 billion. That the announcement that he's gonna make tomorrow, as is he's gonna make a lucrative deal, and he's gonna sign with Fox, and that's how they're gonna push, their American fighter through an American network, so they have some pull,
So he's gonna say fuck the middleman and go right past the PBC and Al Heyman and go right to Fox. You're saying?
Well, basically, if everybody's making their power move, he's gonna make a power move of his own. He's already hinted when he says he has something to reveal. Even when during the fight, when he got into the ring, he was kind of like rubbing his hands together and saying, that he had something to tell, like he was hiding something, and that could only be it. That the Al Heyman and the PBC through Fox, they're gonna announce that they're big players, and they're gonna get pushed around by these other two guys that are, Europeans, and that since Wilder has the WC belt, that that he's gonna hold it down. And everybody's gonna be like, "Wow, well, he's doing the right thing." And because $100 million, it's not like Wilder is running himself. There's a lot of players involved, and there's a lot of money. And like I said, with the WC belt and America putting on the pay-per-views, they're a big part of the money, worldwide. So it's not just him being dumb or ducking or not. No, he's an investment, and they're gonna recoup their investment to get their money back and then some.
I don't know, because how's Wilder going to sell himself to Fox without signing a deal like with what the fuck, DAZN or Eddie Hearn, whoever's giving this $100 million.
No, he's not going to sign to DAZN. He's going to sign with Fox. Fox has $2 billion contracts. They have a lot of money because they pay out the football players.
Yeah, but why would they want to give him that much money? Cause he don't really
because Dan's is making moves. Dan's is making moves to be a big time player in boxing.
Missing out.
So Fox has got to.
Can I say something, please?
Yeah,
it's the zone.
You can't do those big numbers. That's pretty much
the zone. Yeah, the zone. DAZN, the zone.
Hey guys, fuck man.
Fox is doing is a waste of investment.
All right, guys, we can't do this again. I told you guys, man. Fuck. I'm gonna have to fucking just do the show by myself with somebody else, man. If we start fucking screaming like fucking maniacs.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right, Cameron, hold on. Cameron, you can ask a question, talk with the caller if you want, and then the caller can respond.
I don't have a question.
Well, you were gonna say something. I don't know what you were gonna say something.
I all I said was Gonzalo keeps calling DAZN dance, so I was like,
fuck. All right, thank you, man.
I've heard that before. It's tomatoes. It's not a big deal. You understand me, right?
Yeah, let's
over here.
see.
Come on.
Just creating more chaos, Cameron.
Like,
Like,
what the fuck?
We seriously arguing over this.
it's fucking
All right.
DAZN, man.
Gossip, girl.
Let's get this shit. It needs to be a professional podcast, man. Let's get this shit. Apology, man. Maybe a fucking mixer.
It's Cameron's
It doesn't
jacket.
matter.
Yeah. All I was
jacket's
making
taking
a
over.
point from something that I heard from the LBC, and the reason I give no credibility for that is because they fan real hard for this guy. So who would you get the better information than from these guys? You got to use your enemies to your advantage.
all right.
Well,
That card dropped.
CBS did give Mayweather a huge contract, but I don't know. I don't know if they would do it for Wilder, but it would make sense if that turns out to be true, it would make sense that Wilder is kind of reluctant to sign with the DAZN because maybe there's another contract, a bigger one. Because the 3-fight deal for 100 million, bro, to turn that down. I mean, I know we laugh at we poke fun at Wilder, but he can't be that stupid.
No, and they're already lining up fighters. Yeah.
To turn down 100 million, you have to be pretty stupid, though. I mean, like I said, everyone, this guy's got lucky to have his belt still. So to fucking turn down that money is fucking ludicrous, man.
That's like $33 million a fight, bro. If you think about it.
Yeah, for fighting someone like what? Adam Kanaki probably? I mean, come on.
Shit.
I mean,
what's he doing? I would sign that in a heartbeat.
I'd fight Adam Kanaki with a fucking ball bat for $33 million.
Yo, Johnny boy, you gotta fix your phone, man.
Adam Kanaki for $33 million.
Sorry, Bucho. These goddamn headphones, fucker.
Yeah, I know. The headphones are. I have some cheap ones as well, man.
I'd get in the ring with Adam Kanaki with my hands tied behind my back to get knocked the fuck out.
I'll get in the ring and make him squeeze me on his chest.
That doesn't sound gay at all, does it?
That's not gay.
No homo. No homo.
Yeah, once you throw in that's it.
It's not gay anymore.
It's not gay anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I got muted, but I was just trying to make a valid point. I remain quiet and I just said something, but I'm not trying to talk over anybody.
No, your point actually makes a lot of sense because they would know these little, these LDBC channels and shit.
Yeah, of course. Got to use your enemy to your advantage.
They follow him and I don't really care about him at all. But just common sense will tell you, you throw down, you turn down or you play possum on $100 million guaranteed a 3-fight deal. You better have something else lined up.
I would try stealing Kornaki's fucking quarter pounder meal for $33 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, I just said use your enemy. I didn't really mean that.
Hey guys, sorry to cut you off, but we have another caller, so we're gonna take it right now.
Bring him on.
Okay, you're in the air. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello. What do you want to talk about?
You guys.
What?
Well, the question is, you fellas were talking about Deontay Wilder, right?
That accent ain't real.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's. Go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
Come on now.
What you got to understand about Deontay Wilder is you people are saying, well, he might reject $100 million. Well, let me tell you something right now. If he rejects $100 billion, his integrity is worth more than all of that.
Let me tell you.
What?
Let me.
That accent sounds a bit Mexican with a bit of Pakistani in there, with a bit of Texan in there as well.
Let me tell you something. Deontay Wilder's first baby come out sideways, and she didn't scream or nothing.
Let me tell you something about Deontay Wilder, boys. Hey, boys, you listen to me. Let me tell you something about Deontay Wilder. You look at a picture of him, no the lean silhouette. His eyes sharp as a hawk next to the sun. This man is a warrior, and he's got the integrity, something you fellas would know about.
Hey, wasn't fucking Edward Norton your prodigy on fucking American History X, dog?
As soon as that guy says warrior, this guy's low place. That's what it's low place. He said warrior.
That's right. See, all you boys do is make fun of the accent and the voice, but you ain't got no goddamn argument.
Nice. Where are you from, man?
Get him out of here.
Well, it don't matter where I'm from. What matters is what's coming from my heart, and that is skills.
Is there like a southern part of the UK? That's where you sound like you're from.
Hey, that's not
Wales. That's Wales, right?
Reckon I'm from the bottom of the fucking country in the UK, and I don't sound like that. So get the fuck out.
No, that's more Pakistani with a bit of Texan, I think. That's
That's now you know what the problem is here. You know what the problem is here. You boys all you do is you talk about the money, the money, the money. You got a little couple of money coming in, right? Little coins in my world, because I deal with big money. You understand what I'm saying? Big money, tobacco money. That's what the real money. So you get a couple of contributions, all of a sudden you think you're big boy. You ain't no big boy. You deal in my world.
Can I ask a question?
Let the guy finish, man. I want to hear what
go ahead.
Go ahead, caller.
Let me finish. I'm gonna finish on your faces. Is that that's what I'm gonna do?
All right. Well, thank you for calling. We have another caller.
No, can I ask a quick question?
I'm going to finish on your faces. Well, that's a great
Hold
fucking
on.
ending.
Is he still there? Can I ask him a question?
You fellas.
Yeah, quickly.
Who's your favorite fighter?
Oh, for fuck's sake! Ask him a decent question.
No. Let him answer that.
Who's your favorite fighter?
My favorite fighter, you boys should have deducted that a long time ago. That's Deontay Wilder.
You sound like you're down. Are you down with X?
It actually sounds like.
Are you down with X? Are you down with X?
We're getting trolled, boys.
I don't know what that. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. But if that means going to church every Sunday, you bet that's what I do.
All right. Well, thank you for calling, man.
You sound like BDA. You sound like.
Sounds like it does. Sounds like BDA / Don King. That's what it sounds
All right. Thank you for calling, guy.
What was it? A truck driver that wrote a letter and emailed it to Mr. BDA?
I don't know, man.
Religious guy. There was the religious lady, and then there was the guy. He's like a truck.
All right, guys, we have another caller. Oh, he dropped. Fuck, we waited too long.
People in the chat have clocked that it's BDA.
I think that's BDA, bro.
Yeah, I think people in the chat have clocked it.
It's BDA.
No, I don't think it's BDA. He's in the chat.
No, I don't think that's not BDA. BDA.
I don't know.
Bucho, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, it's Ness.
Live in New York.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm serious. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe he can tell you in the Hangouts. I'm not gonna say it publicly.
Oh no, it's all good. I was just wondering.
No, it's fine.
Did you?
Hi, guys, we have another caller. We're gonna take a call. We have 15.
I'm gonna tell you what he told me.
No, hold on. We have another caller, man. And we have 15 minutes left, so I have to prioritize this shit. All right, 510. You're on the air.
Yeah, this is the MOBC.
MOBC.
222.
Oh, again.
Wilder is a ball. I don't know. Because I wanted to finish something. I think this whole heavyweight division. I mean, this whole YouTube community and their fans, they're the ones that are at fault. I'm telling you, with this whole Wilder deal, it's so many. He follows these guys like he's friends with these guys. You know what I mean? If he signs the deal like that, it's over. There's nothing they can say about him now. They messed it up. They messed it up with them. They messed it up saying he's with a black promoter. And no one's gonna sign to these white promoters with these slave wages and all this old stuff. Now that he's getting offered by these so-called quote unquote white promoters or whatever. Now it's like, oh, DAZN is the greatest thing ever, and he's a boss. He's telling them no because he's a boss. How are you? You're not a boss telling somebody no to $100 million. You're an idiot.
Oh.
Yeah, you stupid. You real stupid.
Can I make a point? Have you guys talked about Heyman's
Shout out to Recognize too. What's up, Recognize?
My boy Ross Clyde, you know what I mean?
Can I make a point? Have you guys talked about Heyman's contract and how that could play into it?
We got that East Coast, West Coast.
Because
hold on. Go ahead, apology.
Yeah, because he has that slave contract, so certain fighters can't sign with other promotions without his approval.
Yeah, but he's being offered $100 million. I mean, come on.
Well, in Heyman's contract, he says unless Heyman approves, you can't do anything.
Okay, so are you saying that Deontay Wilder is now gonna be hating on Al Heyman? He's gonna hate him because he's refusing him.
Probably.
Unless he's brainwashed.
If Heyman has veto control over you, He buys your houses, he buys your cars, everything he owns.
You're retarded.
Everything
You're
you have, he
retarded.
owns.
Yo,
Yeah, but you're retarded.
Al Heyman's like Suge Knight in the '90s, bro.
Yeah,
Go
right.
read his contract.
Oh wow.
Go read
If
his
you sign a
contract.
contract, you sign a contract where your fucking promoter owns your house, your car, you're fucking retarded.
But
Absolutely
Cameron,
retarded.
these guys are not smart in the first place. Plus, Heyman writes it in a way they don't understand. Plus, they have like Floyd and other people saying, "I can make you into a star." It's all too tempting.
Anybody that doesn't want the producer, all in the videos, come to death row.
Exactly.
He was acting like a baby with the new toy, like he had something up his sleeve. Like tomorrow when he makes an announcement and they say, well, he's gonna sign with Fox or something like that, which I believe what I heard from the LDBC is true. What's gonna happen is by people just hearing that he's gonna get this very big multi-million-dollar contract, that instantly is gonna catapult him to more of a famous status. Because what do you know when you associate somebody like Money Mayweather? Oh, he's got to, because you can't say that Money Mayweather has the greatest personality either. When you say this guy gets this money, what do people want to see? What do people take into account? Oh, this guy's, he's a big deal. So, they put the big deal and they give him this money. He's going to be more famous just because of that. We know that people are made famous over the stupidest things too. Like Adrian Broner, he had nothing to show, but then he gets these deals. So this is the type of society we live in.
So Floyd, when are you gonna let Tank fight Lomachenko? Oh well, we're not in no rush to do that. But
when he's 40, like in 7 or 8 years.
I think 40-year-old Lomachenko still beats Tank.
I don't know. I don't think Lomachenko will be fighting when he's 40. So.
I think so too, Cameron. I'm totally with you. First of all, I don't think this dude is gonna fight nothing but guys who have a good chance to beat him. There's gonna be some like easy ones, but there's gonna be a lot of guys that have a chance to beat him because that's the reputation he's trying to build. That's a recipe not to last that long. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna make his mark. He's gonna win maybe one or two more. I don't know about two more, but at least one more title at a different weight class. You're gonna see him like battle it to the end till he has no more, and then
that's what I'm gonna say. Recognise, like you look at a guy like he walks around like just under 140. He's in lightweight now, it's 135 pounds. He's not going to move up any weight divisions, and he's only so much longer he can clean out division. I don't see Lomachenko being a guy that wins all the titles and sticks around. I think he'll get out, make a legacy, and get out of the sport, man.
I think I could see him beating guys like Keith Thurman. But here's the problem.
I've never seen him a welterweight.
All right, guys, let's let the caller Raslot say something if he wants. Because
Lomachenko is going to be around for a long time for a simple reason. He's way ahead of everyone else. Period.
Yeah.
These guys are lucky that Lomachenko didn't become a professional right when he first won the gold medal.
But Ross, you know the problem with you probably. I mean, I'm not saying. Look, man, it's hard to predict the future, right? But this is what I would say, man. He's building a reputation, and if he keeps going this way, it's like fighting all these top guys. It's gonna be some tough bruises in those fights, man. Like I don't know if he could last.
Yeah, that's true.
For a long, long time, we see Manny Pacquiao do it, even to a certain extent, Floyd Mayweather. But those guys had like. I don't know. I think I'm not saying Lomachenko can't be as good as them. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is those guys had like just tremendous endurance for the game, bro. Like they just had this endurance.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, Wilder's like.
I think Lomachenko's special.
What am I talking about? Yeah.
Go ahead,
I was going to say. Go ahead, caller.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. I think he dropped off.
Someone just talk.
Caller.
Yeah.
Raskol, you there?
Still there?
I think he dropped off.
I think Lomachenko was special.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's special. I mean, and I don't think there's anybody else he can fight. I mean, that can challenge him. I mean, maybe Tank Davis, but fuck, man.
That's what I have to say to move up.
The deal with Lomachenko, he's like a fine-tuned machine. He's expected to run. Like he's got to be like running at all cylinders because he throws a lot of punches. So he's not so much that he's taking like beatings or anything, but he does have wear and tear on his body. You could already tell because what did he just recuperate from surgery? So if you throw 1,000 punches a fight, and eventually your rotator cuff goes out, then you recover. You know, you're still young, 31, but that's just a sign that as you're getting older, your body's wearing down because he's like a fine-tuned machine. You know,
Yeah.
and if he's not complete like that, yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, well, Tank's ducking. We all know that, but and Mike, I think Mikey would get his ass kicked. I think Mikey would get embarrassed. That's just me. So I'm telling you, bro.
Yep.
And down the line, bro, Teofimo's gonna be the fight, dog. I'm telling you, down the line, not right now, but down the line.
But guys, you're missing one
Let
thing.
me tell you something. Spence, before I go, Spence, Mikey Garcia fought Spence, and that's an excuse. He could always say, why would I duck Lomachenko when I fought gigantic Spence? I'm never going to fight Lomachenko. Because if Mikey Garcia feels like he's at a certain level, and he is a talented fighter. But can you imagine if Lomachenko was to beat him, how great that would even make Lomachenko's resume? It would make it even better. Having Mikey Garcia on there. And Mikey Garcia didn't want that work. Hey, peace for having me on, guys. Thanks.
All right, thank you for calling.
See you, man.
Peace, Ross.
Peace, bro.
Yeah, and worst of all would be if he embarrassed him and made him quit. You know, he made him quit because although, you know, he fought the bigger Spence, it doesn't mean that Lomachenko can't knock him out, because it wouldn't be just by power alone. It would be by him, you know, just getting that box where he just gets frustrated. Accumulation.
Exactly.
Then he would turn it up later to where he would just not have like his footing in the fight, and we just, you know, he just quit or just get knocked out by something he doesn't see.
I always, you know something, before he even fought Spence, I always thought that the chance that Mikey Garcia had, and a very good chance at it, was a puncher's chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys.
I seem to go on his fucking bandwagon of Teofimo Lopez, and he knocks out Lomachenko. It's well too early to say something like that, man.
Yeah.
I gotta cut you off, guys.
Cameron.
Bay Area.
That's
Yes.
why I said down the line, bro, not right now.
No, I'm not talking about you, bro. I'm talking about people like in general. Like, I've heard about this guy a lot. I've watched his last few fights, but I'm so cautious about getting behind prospects that look good now, because so many times we get hyped, and how many times we've seen prospects before and we've been like, fuck off, stupid phone. And then
fuck was that?
in the time, it was. I just cut her off so I can keep talking.
Damn.
But basically,
better not talk to your girlfriend like that.
Basically, how many times you got behind these fucking prospects and they get knocked out by some guy that we don't even realise or that we didn't even knew about, or some journeyman. I mean, it's like that. I know that. So you got UK guys probably know. But there's a guy called Paddy Barnes, right? He got beat by some guy with an 11-5 record last night. 11-5.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
All right, I'm gonna end. Hold on. Can I just say something before? I'm gonna end the Blog Talk radio show. So if you're listening on Blog Talk, we're continuing the show on YouTube. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Joe, there's a lot of good calls.
Peace, Blog Talkers.
There was a lot of good calls tonight as well.
Yeah, especially the last caller.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Jesus, creepy ass fucking voice.
But
Sweetheart, could you please flick my bean?
But you know, Cameron, what Teofimo Lopez got going for him, that he's athletic and he's just not a knockout puncher. He's a KO artist. You know, he's a KO artist, and people like to see that. He's definitely got power. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He can punch in his division, and most likely it'll carry to the next division up, because he just doesn't knock people out. He puts them to sleep.
Yeah.
You know?
Who's that? Who's that, Gonzalo?
Teofimo Lopez.
Oh, he's gonna be a beast, dog. In my opinion, he's gonna be a beast.
I agree. I agree, man. But there's him beating other fighters, and there's beating someone like Lomachenko, and it's, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna sit there and say that yet, you know.
Well, and let me say this. I was listening to Bob Arum talk about this a couple of weeks ago, all right? This is what he said, man. This is what Bob Arum said. Now, mind you, all these dudes is with top rank for the most part, all right? He said, because he was like Lomachenko, like I called this, bro. But anyway, he said here, no, Lomachenko's going to take care of his mandatory Krolla. He was trying to unify with Come's out with a hand injury. After Come comes back, he's going to unify with him probably late summer. Then after that, and then in the meantime, they're going to have Teofimo fight like Pedraza or somebody.
Yeah, I mean that qualified.
Yeah, then after that, they're going to try setting Lomachenko, Teofimo.
That qualified sucks. I mean, no offense, but Crawler's an absolute fucking joke at world level. I mean, this guy's not proven. I mean, I don't want to see that fight as a mismatch. I want to see Lomachenko in there with someone who's actually, you know, I want to see Lomachenko in there against someone like fucking Beltran and Crawler.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
excited for the Comey
I
fight.
disagree. Beltran's even bigger mismatch because he's
Yeah, but
old.
Connor's British level. He's always been British level. Who's he beat for a world
But
title?
Beltran's older. Like, come on, Cam.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Ray, what about Ray Beltran?
Yeah, man, I'd rather see Lomachenko
I
fight
don't
him.
want to see him again. Get out of here.
Connor's a joke.
Wait a second.
Connor's
You
a
want to see
joke.
Beltran over Kami?
I don't want to watch that.
No,
dog.
over Crawler. Over Crawler.
Over Corolla. Okay.
Hey guys, I have to read the comment here. Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt,
but
but
it's fucking mandatory, bro.
all right.
Hold on, Bucho's going to try and say something.
Thank you, Apology. I just want to say that Quacks, thank you for your contribution. He says, I agree with Rasklot. Loma will be around for a while. He doesn't take damage and he finishes most of these guys. Mikey was clearly dogging Lomachenko. So there you have it.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
I think so too. I think he was ducking that fight because somebody said it before. I forgot who it was. Somebody had said this, and it makes a good point. Like, he'd rather lose to Spence and just have like a built-in excuse. Like, look, I fought a bigger guy. I challenged myself. He beat me. Then lose to someone.
Somebody could have beat.
Yeah, it's like
someone people
like
said you got to beat.
It's like that 18-year-old who goes, that 18-year-old high school kid who has a rival with another 18-year-old high school kid. He don't want to get his ass whipped by him. He'd rather get whipped by that OG that's like 23 to 25.
And plus, he got paid more than against Loma.
Can I just respond to New Day in the chat? He goes, Crawler deserves his pay. He got hit on the head with a paving slab for protecting his neighbour's house. I'll tell you what, right? I'm going to go and save someone's house and get hit on the paving slab. And if that gives me a 3 million payday, then fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah, but to be honest, though, I thought Crawler, when he fought Barroso, was a very good fight. Was it Barroso, his name?
Yeah, but Barroso beat a shot Mitchell and got hyped off that.
Yeah, but the guy was, at the time, an avoided KO artist, and no one was giving Crawler. No, he was. No one was giving
He
Crawler
beat no one, though.
Yeah, but Matt, Crawler was not the. Crawler was a heavy underdog in that fight. Was given no chance, and he went on to stop Barroso. So, I think he's had some good fights, but he's just nowhere near good as Lomachenko. That's the problem.
That was a good win for Corolla. That was a good win for him. People don't
check
this.
Check this out, bro. Okay. I recognize I was the one who said that. He's got a built-in excuse, or one of the people that said that. But anyways, check this out, bro. Let me ask you if this makes sense. Check this out right here. Okay, Mikey won a belt at 135, okay, against that fucking Montenegro guy who nobody knew. Then he went up to 140, fought a couple of people, went back down to 135 to unify with Robert Easter Jr. Then the Lomachenko's fight is there. Then he jumps all the way from 135 up to 147 to fight Spence. So what the fuck was the point of even coming back down to 135 to unify belts then, dog? He clearly ducked Lomachenko.
Garcia, I'm not saying it's a full-on cherry picker, but Mikey Garcia is a cherry picker, This guy's fought absolute shot. I mean, I haven't been able to get invest into this guy's career since he came back. Like, I honestly haven't. Like, the guys he's fought is shite. Slater Cannon was absolute dog shit. And then he fights Lipinets, who ended up being a tougher fight than we all thought. I mean, he's fought no one really, Garcia, in my opinion. Broner, I mean, let's not get into that.
Well, Cam, and here's the thing, bro. I know other people want to talk, but here, this is my thing, bro. What the fuck was the point of coming back to 135 to unify, only to jump all the way to 147?
Because you want to fight Loma.
Yeah, he don't want to fight Lomachenko, dog. Like, bro,
it's doing it backwards.
And he ducked the shit out of Gamboa. He ducked the shit out of Linares, bro. Like, nah.
He thought he was Roy Jones and fucking Earl Spence was fucking John Ruiz. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. You ain't no fucking Roy Jones, and Earl Spence is not no John Ruiz. Yeah. You're gonna take a L.
It's more like the other way. Do you know what I recognise? It's more the other way around. Mikey Garcia looked like John Reese in that ring on Saturday.
He did.
I agree. I totally agree.
By the way, Precise is on the line. Precise, you can join if you want.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
Join in the Mikey. Precise will enjoy the Mikey Garcia slating.
Well, that's why I joined in. Mikey's been doing the same shit. He's been following the Floyd Mayweather blueprint, except like the bum version. I mean, he took 2 years off of his career because he didn't want to fight any other good guys that Top Rank had. He didn't want to make any of those fights. That's why he retired for 2 fucking years and fought Bob Arum in court. And then the thing that pissed me off about the whole thing, that's why I've been railing against the guy is that he's getting all this credit for not doing a goddamn thing against Spence, giving us a shit fucking fight instead of giving us a good fight against Lomachenko. He didn't do anything. He doesn't deserve any credit. He looked like a fucking bum in that fight where he should have been fighting, Loma in a much more competitive fight.
Thank you, Precise.
It's just
he did look like a bum though. I must admit, I said that myself. He just looked like a bum. He did,
and he's not a bum. You know what I mean? I exaggerate. He's not a bum, but like, you're not good enough to compete with a guy like Spence. What the fuck are you doing up there? Collecting a paycheck. That's all he ever wanted, was to collect the paycheck. The fucker didn't even get in the best shape of his career for the best fighter that he's ever fought.
I think that's Mikey's personality. He doesn't like doing any hard work.
That's why I don't see why he gets all this credit from the media. It's like they were just looking to like build up Spence off the back of Mikey. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
His brother, fucking Robert Garcia, talks about Mikey like he's Salvador Sanchez.
Yeah, he
does. Guys, I think Official wanted to say something.
Yeah, thank you. Apology. Just quickly to answer to Johnny.
Yes, sir.
I think the reason he went down to 135 to defend the belt was either because he knew he's going to take a beating against Spence, so he wanted to keep that belt warm. So
yeah, but Official, he went back down to
own the belt either for himself or to distribute it later to.
Yeah. Can I get in something? Go
ahead. Let Official finish. Official, finish your point.
Official talk, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Official, you can finish your point.
Okay. Yeah. So he wanted either to keep that belt for him to keep the rights for that belt after the beating he was meant to get by Spence, or either distribute it later to PBC guys. You know how it's all Heyman.
Yeah. Okay. Well said, Official. Well said.
Can I get in something, Bucho?
Yeah, go ahead.
2 cents. Yeah. Okay. Moving forward, let's just forget about the past really fast. Okay. This is what happens when you change divisions. Also, every year, I would say every year and a half, maybe 2 years, but right around 18 months, there's a reshuffling of the divisions. New fighters come in. So with Mikey, moving forward, if he drops back down to 135, okay, you got Lomachenko, you got Teofimo, you got these up and coming fighters, and at 140, the same thing, the Super 6 tournament, all these good fighters, Prograis, what's the other guy, the UK guy? Yeah. So now Taylor, he's put into Ramirez, he's put into a position that he probably saw himself, deciding with his family. Okay, I move up, I avoid Lomachenko, but then he said it himself, he might take another fight to gain a 5th division at welterweight, which he can do it, probably not. But if he moves back down, he's put in a tough spot, because every year to 18 months, there's a reshuffling of the divisions, and it's got tough. And he's not number one.
Wait a minute.
Welcome to boxing, man, because that's where you should be a great fighter. You're going to put in these top positions. And if you don't want it, you're a fucking joke of a champion. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mikey will never get down to 135 again. You'd have to chop that big fucking meathead of his off to get him down to 135. He's going to have to go to 140. And that Mikey Garcia I see the other night he'd get schooled by Josh Taylor. I know someone in the chat saying it's a 50-50. Not that Mikey Garcia. I'm telling you now, he wouldn't land a fucking punch on Josh Taylor.
No chance. He doesn't have a chance in that.
Josh Taylor makes him quit.
He doesn't have a chance.
Yeah, but O'Hara Davis all over again.
All right. Apology. What do you want to say, buddy?
Josh Taylor makes him quit. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. Well, here. And
sorry, Johnny. That could be the Andre Durrell moment that I was talking about the other day against Josh Taylor.
Well, and I was just going to say now, and also let's also forget that after Mikey unified with Easter, Comey was his mandatory, and he dropped the fucking title. Now he's saying, "Oh," and I read this. This was a couple days ago. That's why I made that fucking video. But he said, "Oh, well." Bob Arum's got all these fights already planned out for Lomachenko, so he don't want to fight me. Yeah, well, Kami was your fucking mandatory, and you dropped the title, dog. And he's trying to unify. So what the fuck? man, I'm sick of Mikey, dog. I'm with Precise on that.
Yeah, I am as well.
Same.
Yeah.
All I was saying is
Good
he's in a
riddance.
predicament now. He's in a predicament moving forward. And this is kind of the same reason why Tank Davis is hiding out fighting super bantam's, because he really don't have much of a choice either, and still he steps it up too. But they're promoting him like an Adrian Broner.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, if you can't, if you're at the top level, you can't avoid these fighters. Like, fucking fight them.
Well, I mean, you can't avoid. But how many years have we seen this with the PBC? How many fights have we seen happen?
He ought
That's
to just
the
go.
reality.
He ought to just go fucking join the donut squad in California, bro, and call it a day. Because I'm sick of this motherfucker, dog.
I think
calm
that's
down.
the plan.
Let's calm down.
Call me crazy. I think he's retiring.
Donut shop.
Bay Area in the chat said that Josh Taylor is a bum. That
Wow.
The Bay Area in the chat has never watched Josh Taylor in his life. He wouldn't even know who Josh Taylor is. He's probably looking at One Direction band thinking he's in that. I mean, let's be real. He is. I mean, this guy knows nothing about Josh Taylor.
One Direction.
Bay Area, I'm gonna hold.
With One Direction looking for Josh Taylor.
Hey, Bay Area, the only bums you see is where you live at.
Yeah.
There's not but bums out there.
I'm gonna hold you to that when he wins the World Boxing Super Series.
I'll tell you what, he did a far better job on Postal than fucking Crawford did. Crawford ran for 12 rounds.
Yeah, Taylor beat Postal his own game, for fuck's sake.
I seen sorry. I seen yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, I seen, I kind of picked up on this. Is just me thinking, my intuition. I seen Mayweather, he didn't give an interview. He looked kind of quiet and I think jealous, but look, this is where I'm going with this. I think boxing is coming back to where a lot of these fighters that are getting good contracts are going to make a lot more money. I know we're living in different times, but they're going to end up superseding Mayweather as the top fighters, because what that John Skipper guy, if I'm not getting his name wrong, at DAZN, not trying to butcher that either. What he said is that they don't care about knowing about these other promotional companies. They're more interested in building their stable, because the only thing they want to know about is putting good fights and entertaining fights and the best fights out there, like the middleweight, and then they're going to get this other division. I think they're moving to the heavyweights. But with that being said, I think these fighters, with the narrative that boxing is going to try to push now, is having fights. I'm not saying toe-to-toe fucking bloodbaths, but, not so much as back foot fucking running, more like exciting fights. And these fighters, it's going to be put more of a value on that. And these fighters are going to get paid more, starting with Canelo, not just exclusive to him, but many fighters. They're going to start getting big money, and they're going to surpass Mayweather as far as like money. I'm not saying all of them, but that will happen. It's because I see Mayweather kind of looking jealous.
Maybe money, but not legacy-wise, because these dudes ain't fighting shit.
Right, they're not.
No, but that's the whole point. That's the whole point. The legacy, with the eras, styles change, and so in the future, Mayweather's not always going to get away with, my defensive style made me a great fighter, because like a generation from now, 2 generations, things change, things evolve, right? So they're not going to put so much stock in looking at things like we see them now, or they want us to make us believe that, the back foot is what's popular, even though these judges give the fight to a fight, give the scoring to a fighter, and he wins a decision, and he built his resume off of cherry picking also, and many things. The stock is going to be put into what quality fighters do you fight, and it's just a different narrative overall. I know I'm going on a rant, but it's just kind of what I've been seeing lately.
It's okay, man. Let it all out.
Sorry, guys.
Put it all on the table.
But I agree with him.
That's true. Weed.
Yeah, and like what's the point of the PBC, fighting the Prince Charles and having him fight an opponent? He won, so then you got Areola recycled as well. So what are they going to push for this guy to be a fight for another world title? I'd rather see Dillian White. I'm not I don't know too much about the heavyweights, but Dillian White, as I remember, I always thought that he fought for a title, but when he fought Joshua, it wasn't for a title, so he's never really got a title shot. From what
Wilder's too afraid. Wilder doesn't want to fight him. He's too afraid.
You'll recognize.
What's up?
You'll recognize. Errol Spence Jr. is a better pound-for-pound fighter than Triple G. Prove me wrong.
Oh God, no!
Oh God! let's not do that. That's why I jumped off last night.
I never heard Recognize get that heated, man. Never. I was just like, what the fuck?
That's why I fucking.
He's always like the calm guy, always chill. Man, he went off on dude.
Yeah.
You know what it was?
That was.
He lost it.
Usually I smoke weed when I'm on the show, right?
Oh,
so I'm calm,
yeah.
but I didn't. So I lost it.
My goodness.
Well, we
Gonzalo.
still gotta ask right here about what happened to Luis Ortiz. What the excuse is for him sucking.
True, he disappeared for a minute. And Gonzalo went off pretty hard too. I take my hat off to both of y'all.
Well, listen,
Going
man.
in.
It's just that look. I like Right Hero. I like him, but it's like, damn. When you say something that's stupid, it's like, look, man. Maybe he doesn't see it as stupid. Maybe I just see it that way, and a few others. But that's just crazy.
Guys, be open. Guys, be open-minded. What if we are wrong? You know what I mean? Maybe he is a pound for pound. Like,
well, if I'm wrong, I'm cool with that because I just don't see where this guy's a pound for pound better fighter than Triple G, who's like,
yeah,
his resume speaks. His accomplishments, his resume speaks for itself. Right?
Yeah, I'm just joking.
I don't know if this is gonna start the whole conversation over, but I took a look at the Ring pound for pound ratings just today, and yeah, Errol Spence is above Triple G.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Oh my god.
Let me check.
Number 5, Errol Spence, and number 6, Triple G. And then and Nui and fucking Rungvisai.
Oh, bro.
Wait. Errol Spence is above Rungvisai.
Right now, here it is. From
Get the fuck out of here.
From number 1 down is Lomachenko, Crawford, Canelo, Usyk, which, you know, I could see. But then after this, it's
solid top 4.
Spence, Golovkin, and Nui, Rungvisai, Mikey, and Donnie Nietes is number 10.
The fact that Inoue and Spencer are above Rungvisai.
Yeah, let's not forget it, though.
Right.
Mikey's been on that list a few times. Mikey's been on that pound for pound list, and he's been up there quite high. I've always thought, what
86
the fuck
weeks.
is this guy doing anywhere near this list?
Yeah, I agree.
86 weeks in the top 10, it says.
Well, then we need to be calling for Spence Triple G then for the number 1 spot on the pound for pound list, right? Yeah. I mean, why not? If Mikey, you know, if he gets that much credit for Mikey, then he should fight Triple G now.
Yeah,
they really are at the same way.
Go 2 divisions the other way now. Let's see.
Yeah.
It could be 159 catch weight, you know, give him a little bit.
159.5 catch weight, yeah.
I second that.
159.9.
Guys, they have Mikey Garcia number 9.
Wow.
I mean, listen,
even after getting beat, for fuck's sake.
Look at this.
He
list.
showed heart.
Dude, look at the list. This is such a mainstream popularity list. That's all it is. Okay? Yeah. I mean, get the fuck out of here. This is Errol Spence wasn't beating any welterweights, any top welterweights. Okay, you want to count broken down Kell Brook? I mean, okay, fine. If that's the best win,
Chris
that's the
Algieri.
best win. Well, listen, Cameron. If that is the best win, well, Triple G did a better job. And I know you're gonna say, well, he jumped up to
No, he beat Chris Algieri, man.
No, but listen. No, Algieri was a bum when he was getting dropped 6 times by Manny Pacquiao. So you can't say he was a bum and now he was somebody when he fought Errol Spence.
Recognise. Hang on a minute, Cameron. Hang on a minute. Recognise it. You're cracking it quite bad.
Yeah.
Is it your headphones?
Yeah, I heard that too.
How about now? How about now?
I don't know. I'm struggling to hear what you said, bro, because all I can hear is really loud crackling.
All I'm saying. Okay, how about now, Stu? Can you hear me?
It's not you recognise, I don't think.
No, it is. It's a crackling sound.
It sounds like you're using a ratchet on something. Recognize.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Listen, I'll try to. Stu, what I was saying is, you know, he gets so much credit for beating Kell Brook. Now, remember, this is the same Kell Brook that got his face broken the fight before by Triple G. They like to bring up, well, he moved up in weight. So, like, somehow that doesn't count. Like, he didn't get his face broken. Dude, the guy came into the ring a wounded fighter. Like,
I mean,
get the fuck out of here.
Can I say something? I have to say.
On top of that.
No tune up, nothing. Just straight into that fight.
Just straight. That's like gang initiating somebody and say, all right, now go fight a fair one with this dude right here.
Yeah.
All right, recognize. Okay, hold on. Calm down. Calm down. First of all, the cracklings. The sound is really annoying, man. It's like a crackling sound. I think it's your earphones that you're using. And by the way, Pete.
Recognize it's heated.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Pete Stamos in the chat. Thank you for your contribution. He says that Recognize had a meltdown yesterday, like Kanye West. So.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Yeah, he's gonna start using the N-word now.
Hey, somebody, I think it was Zapata who brought up the Mel Gibson rant a couple shows ago. I went and listened to it after that. This motherfucker, Mel Gibson, I forgot how funny this shit was. Mel Gibson's like, bitch, I bend over backwards with my balls tied in a knot for you. I fucking
suck my.
That was me when
just smile and blow, man.
Smile and blow. I just listened to that for the first time this weekend, yo. That shit's hilarious.
Johnny Boy, that was me when I lost my VHS tape.
I deserve to be blown before you go to the
jacuzzi. Revolution, and then he's like, "Did you see that?"
Shit.
Revolution. He's like, he's like. Did you see that blonde at the awards? She would have sucked me in 3 seconds. Time.
She was giving me the eye.
Yeah. You should just smile and blow me.
In the breathing.
Shut the fuck up.
He was in need of a blowjob.
I'm sorry.
That's all it was.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm ruining the shit.
That shit was hilarious, though.
He was in need of a blowjob. That's why he had that meltdown.
Fuck you, fucking whore. He didn't get what he wanted when he wanted, and he's fucking Mel Gibson.
Not that I care, and you guys, but right here is gonna be like I told you so. Errol Spence was higher on the pound per pound, but this is what I hate. This is what I hate. They like to use. They hate when people talk about Triple G, but they really love to use them as a barometer to show you how great their fighters are. Because he's good. So when you say he's not that good or he's not that great or he is good, but my fighter's greater, they love to use him as a barometer. But when you bring him up for something else, it's like, no, he's the bad guy and you're the bad guy. But now, all right, this is what it is.
No, that shit's stupid, man. I mean, whatever. I'm sorry I even brought it up, man. It was just a fucking joke. But I was listening to one of them podcasts out there.
That was recognized yesterday.
Yeah. There was this, I was trying to switch gears a little bit, but maybe
go ahead. Let's change gears. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, not too much, but this podcast I sometimes listen to, good podcasts and all, but they were actually hyped for the fight, some of them, and they thought Mikey had a good chance and all. And now that we're talking Pacquiao, possibly, they're saying that Spence just kills Pacquiao and destroys him, and they don't want to see that fight. And to me, it's like, well, hold on a minute. Yeah, okay, fine. Spence wins. I could get down with that. But you were just hyping up Mikey, and you're saying Pac has no chance? That makes no sense to me. At the very least, Pacquiao's not going to bitch out like Mikey. I know that much.
It's going to give him an entertaining fight. That's what he's going to do, win or lose, right? And I'm with most people that I would probably have to favor Spence at this point. But it still remains to be seen. Yeah. You're giving Mikey all the, and I heard them, and I heard certain podcasts. Maybe it's the same one, I don't know, but I heard them, and I'm like, no fucking way, this guy has a chance. He's gonna expose Errol Spence. I'm like, with what? What is he gonna do? He doesn't have anything to bring.
Timing, bro. His timing.
Oh, precious timing.
Yeah, is he gonna be able to use his jab against another southpaw?
When anybody who watches boxing, bro, the way you beat timing, especially with a fucking flat-footed fighter, just smack him with a jab.
Guys,
smack him a couple times with a
Bucho,
jab.
do you want to read that comment he highlighted?
Yeah, I mean, Nopal is in the chat saying that we hate it because you guys put Triple G on a pedestal that he never deserved. And then he says that Triple G is still scouting a fight with Murata. So.
Oh my God.
I mean,
what does he mean by not deserved? Didn't he basically clean out his division?
He basically did.
I mean, he fought everyone. I don't understand. I mean, Golovkin, the pedestal thing.
He's just a Canelita, man. The dude's just a Canelita.
Because Canelo was fighting.
I see that guy Nepal sucking it. I see that guy in a pale dude on his channel. So tell us, I mean, he's on El Dude's channel, sucking up to him. He was slagging us off, saying, "Yeah, I agree with you, bro. They're pieces of shit at the BDA." I'll see one of his comments. I mean,
because if you even have
fanboys, man, Canelo
if you even have contact with El Dude, who's clearly deranged, like mentally, he's crazy, man. you have issues yourself, man. Seriously. I mean, this guy's saying that Spence lost against Mikey. I mean, fuck off, man.
By the way,
Mikey was backing him up. Like, go ahead.
Is the rain interrupting? Because it's raining really hard here in the Philippines right now. You can't hear that or no? It's good.
Thank you for the weather update in the Philippines, bro.
Gonzalo looks like that dude on Shawshank Redemption after he climbs out of prison.
No, it's pouring really hard. And the other day when the podcast finished, there was a 6.2 earthquake that lasted like for 2 minutes. It was crazy.
I'm sorry to laugh at that.
Whoa,
No,
I feel sorry for the people in the Philippines. It's going crazy.
Wild.
Yeah.
Here in New
Sorry
York,
about
we're fine.
I mean, it comes with living in a nice hot country. You know, when you get nice weather and you can get up in the morning, the sun's shining. These are the downfalls. You usually have earthquakes and hurricanes and tornadoes.
California suffers from that shit.
Yeah, exactly. In England, the weather's shit, but we know our house is not going to blow away anytime soon, and we're not going to be fucking in the middle of an earthquake. So that's one good thing about UK. We don't have many disasters, shall we say?
Or a fucking tsunami. That'd be worse, huh?
Yeah.
A tsunami.
Oh,
Yeah, Jesus Christ, that I wouldn't laugh about.
But when you look at Japan, when you look at Japan, you can see why there's so much damage done there because it's just a massive island, isn't it, sort of thing.
I'd be like Patrick Swayze at the end of Point Break if a tsunami came, bro.
Yeah, what's the film The Day After Tomorrow? I enjoyed that, innit? You know when the Ice Age came, that was a good film.
I know if tsunami ever hits Manhattan, it's over.
Fuck yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Did the tsunami hit when on that Day After Tomorrow? A tsunami hit Manhattan, didn't it? Then the fucking waters go away.
Hey, let me explain. That's what would happen.
Yeah,
that's exactly what would happen.
I mean, the Empire State Building, the water was up to a shoulder length, weren't it, as it was going past?
Imagine seeing that fucking thing falling towards you.
Yeah, you'd shit your pants, wouldn't you?
Oh, bro.
I mean, it was scary enough in Ghostbusters 2 when it was going down Manhattan.
Yeah.
Was that the Marshmallow Man one, or was that the first one?
Yeah, Marshmallow's one, and the Empire State. Was it the Empire? No, it was. What's that big? What's the name again? Come on,
Hey,
the big
what
thing.
did it?
What's the fucking thing called that we was just talking about? My mind's gone blank.
Empire State?
No, it's not the Empire. The one with the crown on it, said that he got from the one that he got from France. The big lady.
Statue of
Liberty. That's
Liberty.
fucking album. Yeah,
Lady Liberty.
You got that from the French. The French give you that for helping us beat the Brits, weren't it? In fucking
Yes. Yeah. She's made of copper, but she's green.
Hey, what did El Dude and El Nopal say during the earthquake in California?
What?
Hey, Holmes, get off me.
You know why midgets like soccer so much?
You know, Holmes is when you call a homie. When the house fell on top of him. El Nopal and Dude said, hey, Holmes, get off me. Get off me, Holmes.
Explain it some more.
You know why midgets like soccer so much? Because the grass tickles their balls.
And do you know why perverts love hummus? Because the chickpeas.
Hey, that's brilliant.
All right, guys. The views and opinions expressed are those of the guest and do not necessarily reflect the views of BDA Boxing. There you have it.
What do you call a Mexican midget?
Oh, God.
What's that?
Mikey.
No. A paragraph because he's too short to be an essay.
Hey, we had a triple decker with Arreola, Benavides, and Mikey, promoting snack. They're gonna go bankrupt.
Yeah, they all look fat, man. They all looking fat. You're right, Gonzalo.
Even Ariola is promoting it.
They're gonna go bankrupt. Huh?
If I see another one of those snack ads, I'm gonna fucking staple my eyelids shut.
Why do all of them stutter, man? These motherfuckers can't talk. They're all stuttering.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Fluoride.
Precise, is that one of the side effects of the drugs they're taking?
No,
it's the production level. It's just, I mean, they're annoying in the beginning, just from the get-go, beginning of all these videos. But these dudes are just like, they can't even get their lines out.
Yeah,
I think we went a lot smoother today than yesterday, Bucho.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, we didn't have any controversial callers, so that's why everybody's calm. We're having a good time. But when you get one of these weirdos,
yeah,
I mean, fuck, man. I mean,
that, and we didn't have any pound for pound talk either.
yeah, I should make a show about that.
The funniest call was a guy that he rang in praising Spence. What a great performance it was, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then he said, then he starts bashing Golovkin, saying Golovkin's never fought anyone the same size as him. Yeah, he's just praised Spence for fighting the Mexican midget, as Precise calls him, Mikey Garcia. So I suppose that's what set people off. You know, when you get callers like that, they're ringing in to be controversial. Like I said, it's okay having an opinion, but if it's a stupid opinion, then people are going to call
Bro,
it.
they're just butthurt because they thought Mikey had a chance. They were just fucking butthurt because he got exposed, and they just wanted to fucking get at us, I think.
See, bro,
it was bad.
I'm on the same page with Precise as far as Mikey goes. I was holding my tongue for that whole build up to the Spence fight, but come on, man.
Hey, guys, Nopal wants in. Should I let him in, or are you guys too tired for this?
As long as you don't call me pointless.
Yeah, I don't know. Nopal, listen. Nopal, I think,
He's not going to be like old dude, is he? Come on here, pretend he's all nice, and then be a rat afterwards. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, we already had this conversation. I don't know if I want to hear it again. You know, like we had it yesterday on the phone. I don't know if I want to go through this.
Arena, so I'm just
and you can say that we're
bringing the fresh meat.
And you can say that anybody's
throwing that one at Bucho.
Yeah.
What?
Apology keeps throwing that one at you. It's the boxing debate arena, Bucho.
I know. Yeah, he wants some action.
Holy
but listen,
shit.
we already had him yesterday. Like, it's gonna be the same shit. Like, so I don't know. What do you guys want?
You know, when you were talking about the belts, and when you guys were saying that a lot of people consider, not everybody, but the WEC the most prestigious, I honestly think it comes out to this. Like, for me, I think the green belt, it looks the best. You know, it looks the best.
That green belt, yeah, it does, and it has got prestige. But to me now, it's about as just put it this way, you know that belt that fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin used to put around his waist. It's about
the smoking skull.
It's about as credible. It's about as credible as that, right now. It's got no credibility. Let's be real. I'm not. I don't want to upset you, Mexican guys, but it's a belt for Mexicans to build up their little list of champions.
Oh please! You had the WBO all over the UK and shit.
No, I just like the pictures. I like the pictures.
Most of them WBC champions are Mexicans. We all know that. I'm not saying Mexicans don't deserve it because they're great fighters, but it's a belt that's protecting Mexicans and
well, it's not protecting Mexicans. Just they're just getting it though.
Yeah, they are. They never fight.
You know, he's all about the money.
Look when Mikey had that belt. Fucking fought nobody, man. Do you know what I mean? Santa Cruz. Look at that guy. That fucking guy.
They give it away for sure. I mean, they prioritize. Well, they prioritize. No, but hold on. This is the thing. It's about money, though. Mexicans, they bring the money, so they give them the belt. Fucking Mayweather had that WBC belt all the time. Like, if you are an attraction, all these sanctioning bodies are going to be all over you, man. And they're going to create all these exemptions.
That's what it's about, though. That's what the WBC has become. I know what you're saying is true, but what I'm saying is true as well. It's about that, you know, certain people like how Heyman fighters will always get a shot at. I mean, fucking hell, the Charlos are walking around with that fake green belt forever, aren't they? I
was just saying it looks nice. The green strap with the pins on the side with the lineage of the fighters and the flags. It looks like really what's it called? Aesthetic. It looks really nice. Better than the other belt.
I second that.
Vitali retired.
The red belt,
When Vitali
Tubby. The red belt,
retired, what
Tubby.
did they do?
Yeah.
When Vitali retired, what did they do? They put Areola straight in there. So they do look after the Mexicans. That's all I'm saying. And they always have done because it's a Mexican belt. It's a Mexican, and it's favoritism. That's just,
I also like the ring belt. The ring belt looks cool.
Yeah. I mean, they design belts for Canelo. They put diamonds in it and all sorts, don't they? Fucking hell. They've got they design a new belt every week for Canelo. So of course they favour the Mexicans, and that's not a problem. But that can't be. You can't be classed as a credible organisation when you allow people like Adonis Stevenson hold a belt for hostage for years without fighting anyone. Deontay Wilder, Mikey Garcia when he had the belt. Canelo Alvarez was getting WBC shots left, right, and centre. You know, every weight he entered, he goes straight into that WBC. So let's, we've got to call facts here. Do you know what I mean?
Is Suleiman
Leo Santa Cruz another one? Santa Cruz, like I said,
is Suleiman the old man? Is the old man still running the WBC?
No, he's dead. It's his son.
It's Junior now, right?
Mauricio Suleiman.
Junior.
Yeah, they got Jewish bloodline from what I hear.
Are they Jewish? I think they are Lebanese.
Yeah, they're something. Yeah, something.
Yeah, they're Lebanese.
There's a lot of
Yeah, there's a lot of Lebanese.
And especially in Mexico City, there's Jewish. Yeah. Suleiman's sounds like like Lebanese.
He's Jewish?
Jewish? Okay.
Oh, well, no wonder they're all corrupt. I'm joking.
But hey, the ring belt, where did that originate in England, Stu?
No, the Ring Magazine belt. It's American, isn't it? I think.
No, but the Queensberry. Originally, there was a belt that.
Nah, that disappeared, man.
Now the Queensberry rules. The Queensberry rules was invented in England to try and get boxing on, because boxing was seen as a barbaric sport even back then. Because we got to remember they didn't have rules, so it was just basically a bare knuckle fight. And you don't want to see people fucking fighting to the death in a bare knuckle fight. We want to see fights, but we want to see them walking away. And it was quite brutal. So the British brought in rules where they had breaks in between, and obviously it changed over the years. But that's all the Queensberry rules. The Ring Magazine belt is just
1910 Ned Fleischer. Yeah, I got that one.
It's basically a belt that the American magazine.
Ned Fleischer, the original owner when it got originated in 1910, I believe.
Yeah. That's all that is, man.
Sonia Dumas in the chat is saying Adonis was black. Was a black dude. I think a lot of favoritism, just not Mexicans. Well, yeah, that's what Stu was saying. I mean, it favors every boxer. I don't know, man. But
yeah, look, the WBO favor British fighters. Look over the years, the amount of WBO champions he had. WBA as well. Do you know? Because Frank Warren's got some deal with them guys. I know he has, because he. I mean, which one did Saunders have? That was the WBO, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. See, most of his champions they all got WBO belts, and so it's obviously who you know and what you know with promotions. So it's not just the WBC, but I just don't like the way WBC. I mean, they're terrible for mandatories. They don't force these big fights on their champions. They let Wilder and Stevenson and everyone else just go around fighting nobodies for years on end, and nothing's done. Look what they've done to Dillian White. He's had about four final eliminators.
Stu. Look at Mikey Garcia, bro. He's had the WBC lightweight belt for years now, dog, and hasn't defended it.
Yeah. Luis Santa Cruz, like I said, I know I mentioned him before, but when's he gonna fucking start? I mean, this guy's. I think he's a free weight division champion in Santa Cruz, isn't he? Just go straight. He'd have a belt. He'd have a belt. Not even fight the best guy in that division. Move up. Go straight into
PBC, man. With the PBC, what's he gonna do, man?
Yeah, maybe it is the PBC thing, but I think it's lost. When the old WBC belt when fucking the real champions had it, when it was a serious belt, when it had prestige, it was the best belt in the world. Everyone wanted the WBC. It was the main one, but I think it's become a real corrupt belt, a comedy belt now. It's like I said, it's got no more credibility. It's got no more credibility. The belt is fucking.
Well, which belt has credibility too? I mean,
when he was a fucking tag team fucking champion in the WWE. Yeah, that's about it, really.
The Charlo sisters made a bridge over Spence after the fight.
All right, guys, it's been 3 hours, so I'm gonna have to end the show now. So,
All right, fellas, have a good night.
all right, take care, guys. See you tomorrow. I think BDA is gonna be doing a show, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you for joining us. Everybody
out,
in the
guys.
chat, thank you
Good
for
night,
joining us
people.
as well. Thank you for thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Who was in the chat? Fuck, let's go through the names here. You had G Boogie, you had the Quacks, German Persian, the Punisher, Sonia Duma, Van Media. We also had the Quacks. I think I said the Quacks already. The Fight Scout. Jeez, we had a lot of main. Joe Lopez, 40 ounces. Who else we had, man? Pete Stamos, of course. Jesus Christ, we had a lot of Rasclot, obviously, for calling. Thank you a lot. We'll see you next time. Take care.